Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Monday edition. Wow, what a Masters Classic. Congratulations, Rory McIlroy, on the career Grand Slam. Compelling television, compelling sports. What a story edition. While you were watching the Masters, I was playing tennis. What a great game. It's like pickleball, only harder edition. The Jesse Nelson, you magnificent son of a gun. A brand new open for a brand new app, but the same old us edition. And the Isaiah Simmons, Are You Goodies Zach Baughan edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, some or all of them, depending on the day. And absolutely everything you need on the all-new. I took it for a test drive last night. I'm going to tweet out some screenshots of it so you can get familiar with it. Our brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Completely overhauled. It's a thing of beauty, but here's the other thing of beauty. If you, like me, had the Wisconsin On Demand app and used it regularly like I do, like when I'm double dipping and transcribing Brian Bulaga for a story for channel3000.com, all you got to do is update it, and poof, magically, Wisconsin On Demand app becomes the ESPN Wisconsin app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, blurry as ever. And also in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, I have a fashion question for him at some point as well. He is the Packers Hall of Famer, resplendent in AmFam blue. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I don't think you should ask me any fashion questions.
Why not?
I'm not interested in fashion. I'm not good at it, and I don't really have a ton of strong opinions on it. So I don't think I would help you. No, I'm just being honest about it.
It's actually a fairly simple question.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you guys have gotten after me about clashing. I don't.
Who gets after you about clashing?
I wore that one ensemble that day, and everybody crushed me.
I've
I'm more
never
likely
used the word
about
clashing
Clash
in my
City,
life.
No,
USA,
me either. No, you're confusing us with another show.
No,
I think.
I'm not. This wasn't that long ago. I came, and I think I had like a striped shirt with a vest, and you guys, oh my God, that might be the worst outfit I've ever seen.
Seriously, I don't think that was us.
No, it was 100%. I was in the ESPN Milwaukee studio, and I wore it, and you guys got after me. I wore it for the whole show, and then afterwards I said, maybe it's not a good look. And it turns out it wasn't. So I don't have any interest in fashion. Like, none.
You're telling us.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you.
I think I see what happened.
I would
here.
think
What
Jason,
happened, Jesse?
of all people, you would be one person that I'd probably say I could beat in a fashion off. There ain't many. But you would be the one person. So for us, not that we need to just stick in our lane, because I am going to always go where I feel like I want to go.
Swerving all over the place usually.
Fashion ain't going to be it. Now, literature,
Literature?
Yeah. Well, anyways, what's your fashionista deal? Because I'm fascinated
now
now.
you're interested,
Of all
are you?
the lanes
we're-
you wanted to point out as your specialty, you led with literature?
No, I just wanted to get into, because you know how as radio hosts, we want I think there is no bigger compliment for us than I had to sit in my car, in my garage, in my parking garage at work before I could go in. I needed to listen to the end of your point. I don't think there's anything we could do that is more like meaningful for us as in this job than if somebody's like, you know what, man, I was listening to such and such, and I had to wait an extra 10 minutes in my car, even though I was at my destination. I think that is the best. I had a moment like that this morning.
You couldn't get out of your car because you had to finish the book you were reading?
No. But it is a book I am going to read. I was listening to an author being interviewed. And that's
not literature.
It is literature. A book isn't literature? Really?
Well, you weren't reading a book.
I didn't say I was reading a book in my car, you
Isn't that
numbskull.
literature?
No, it's not literature. I
Just
thought
be
you
a good
being a
interview,
journalist
and you
would
could
know.
be like, wow, that was a fun interview.
The interview was so
audio.
good I couldn't leave. I had to listen till the end. Because they didn't reset and actually tell me the name of the book that I wanted to get
that's
or the
not good.
author.
Can't do that.
That
no.
was part of it.
Wait, you didn't know the name of the book
No.
as you were listening to the
None.
interview, but the interview was so good you were
She
sold
was
on the
Turned
book.
out to be
talking
Chaucer.
about- She was talking about life and things that were fascinating. And I was sitting there like, that is really intriguing. That is super interesting. I need to get this book. That
Was
doesn't
she on
happen to
Jen,
me.
Gabe, and Chewy?
That doesn't happen to me that often. So, no.
Okay, what's the book?
Well, I'm not going to give out free advertising.
Oh, my God.
I'm not.
Do you remember the name of
Just
the
tell
book?
us the
I do.
name of the book.
No, I'm not going to.
Who's the author?
I'm not going to get into that either because that would give it away.
I think this story is made up.
It's not.
What do you mean the name of the author would
Does she own an ice cream shop?
It's a biography.
Maybe, but it's not. Well, anyways, get to your fashion point.
This is so much better
No,
than
it's
my
not.
simple question. Where do we stand on crew neck sweatshirts?
crew neck. I don't even know what is a crew neck.
That's this. It's the.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a hood.
No hoodie.
It doesn't have a quarter zip. It's just
Yeah,
a
it looks
regular.
good. I like it.
Hate it
The Paul Chris
Why are
specialty.
you wearing it then?
because it is.
Because it's free and somebody gave you a bowl of soup with it?
No. It was. I actually had to donate to get it. This
Bag
is
of soup.
Maddie's got her first
Oh, thank
outdoor.
you so much for that. That's really generous.
Tell me more about your self-help book that you're going to read, because it's never mind. It's a crew neck. It's for Maddie's first outdoor track meet of the year, and I don't wear crew neck sweatshirts. They're kind of stretchy around the neck. I like my collars tight. I like hoodies more than I like crew necks. And I'm just wondering, you're wearing a quarter zip? Quarter zip?
I don't love Q zips either. I mean, they're
See,
okay.
I'm more of a quarter zip or hoodie guy, and I'm not a crew neck guy.
So
And
I've become a fan of the very thin layered hoodie, the long sleeve thin layered hoodie.
yeah,
That
you
is-
and Domovsky.
I like that. It gives you some versatility. You can stay warm and you don't get overly hot. But you don't know, because today I don't know what today's going to be. It could be 68, 70 degrees when we walk out of the Everlight Solar Studio. It could be 50. I don't know. And that
Welcome to
gives
spring.
you that versatility that you're looking for. I am all about versatility. That's what I want in clothes. I'm not interested. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Not a fan of what you're wearing today.
Thank you.
Is that
See?
what he said?
Was that hard?
No, it's not. It wasn't. Not at all.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got the name of that book out of this deal, though, because that worked out well for us.
Yeah, I'm very excited to read it, and then I'll give you a report.
That's great. But you're not going to tell us about it because you can't
No, I
tell us
will.
what the name of the book is.
I will tell you about it.
So you can provide a summary of the book, but not the
Potentially.
name or the author of the book.
Is the
Potentially.
author a potential guest on our show?
No, unfortunately, no.
No, because why?
A lot of reasons. First off, we don't book guests, and second off, it's probably not a sports.
We had like multiple guests on the show on Friday.
It's not a
day
sports.
last week we had a guest
It's not
on.
a sports, but I will say this: gets to be June-ish. I will try to book this guest.
If you've read the book by then, which you will still have not told us about.
Is it Martha Stewart?
Maybe.
No, you're not going to just say maybe to everyone.
Is it Cindy Crawford?
No,
Is it our
it's not.
chance at redemption?
It is not
from
Cindy.
our early interview.
We will never
with her.
have a chance at redemption with Cindy.
Okay.
Oh, what else did you want from Cindy? She
It wasn't her fault. It was ours.
No,
I'm
not blaming Cindy.
I was not
You
responsible.
said,
I was not here.
What else did you want from Cindy? I would like her to give us a chance to make it up to her.
To make it up to her, she didn't care. She didn't want to come on the show. She wanted to help promote the American Family Children's Hospital, which is great. That's what she was on there for. But really, the only question I had, and it was a slap me in the face moment, which I think we all know, but most supermodels, not that we talked to a bunch of them, this whole concept of, oh, you can just be a portly, funny guy sitting at a bar and you can really end up dating a supermodel. And she basically told you no. That's not how it works. Supermodels don't date portly, funny people. Supermodels date good-looking, tall, handsome people. And when she told us that kind of was that, okay, that's what we always thought. People lie, and Cindy shot us straight. And I appreciated that about Cindy. And that we did get that part on the air.
Her husband's name is Randy Gerber.
Yep. I don't know if that's the Gerber from the...
I don't want to give out
food?
any free advertising.
Is that
but
the
he's
kids' food
Quite the
joint?
businessman. No, I don't think so. But be that as it may, I'm gonna make it my goal to get her back on the show.
It's not going to happen.
And that's our Masters recap.
Well, we can't talk Masters because Jason won't discuss it.
Well, we'll discuss. We'll discuss it next because I'm happy for Rory McIlroy.
You don't care.
What a story!
You don't care.
I didn't care,
I know.
but he's a great story.
Is
I
he?
didn't care enough to watch it,
No.
but I saw highlights like you often do of the NBA, which is how you're the NBA expert that you are. So
I
that
watch
qualifies
games.
me.
Don't lump me in with your foolishness.
When's the
Don't
last
do
time
that.
you played tennis?
I am a pickleball player only now.
So no tennis whatsoever.
No, I mean I played with City when we vacationed with them. I want to say that was either 2 or 3 years ago. So
Okay.
I have played, but it's been a minute.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
I would bet that your tennis playing outside of hitting with your daughter is going to be 0. If I'm just calling it.
Well, I've hit with her now 4 times. We've played doubles, me and another dad against her and his daughter.
Okay, that's fun.
Crushed him. Dominant performance. I think we could use some coaching, though. And I'm wondering, even though you're retired, like John McEnroe, if you could give us some tips, maybe we could make a day of it. You know,
So
play a
much
little
like-
pickleball at the Pickler.
Much like fashion, I'm very unorthodox in my tennis. I know I played a lot of tennis. I probably played 20 years of tennis.
Okay.
I was never able to hit topspin forehands. Don't know why. Just could never consistently do it. Had a good serve, volleyed, great cut backhand, great drop shot. That's how I wore out when I played 6 and 7 month pregnant women. I drop shotted them to death.
You and Tucker Kraft have a lot in common.
And I would hit tough cut backhands. That's my game.
Okay.
Now, my son has gotten coaching. My buddy Tommy Chorney, he is a fantastic tennis coach.
Tommy!
He is a great fan of our show. I will put him in touch with you. He is the best.
Okay.
The best, Jerry.
Okay.
And so that's it's a great game. You're right. Tennis is a great
It is.
sport. It's a great workout, but I have transitioned into pickling only.
The Pickler. That's
Yep.
what we call you, the Pickler. You have also transitioned into some outstanding acting. I have seen this commercial now. It's in heavy rotation across Spectrum Cable. It's awesome to see. There may have been someone in my house that saw it this morning before they left for school who said, "Hey, it's Big Bird," which I thought was completely gratuitous and
That's not
unnecessary.
very nice.
But you could take it up with
there's
Sydney.
my selfish dad forcing me to wear a yellow shirt even though I wanted to wear green. Is that what she said? I know this. She's excited about the draft. There's a lot of buzz about the draft up in Green Bay, but there's no drafts when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. In fact, you should make Pella your number one pick because right now you can take advantage of no interest financing options, or you can get free glass upgrades. Their talented designers and installers can match your home's unique decor through seamless customization. Certain restrictions do apply, and this deal ends at the end of April. So place your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Our Masters recap is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, the new baseball season is in full swing. Basketball's postseason about to get underway, and Green Bay is ready to host the draft. It is such an exciting time to think about all the big things happening in Wisconsin sports. Maybe it's also time for you to start thinking about an exciting new vehicle. Well, if that's the case, start your search with Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Stop by the dealership on Main Street in Sun Prairie to check out their full inventory of new and used vehicles. Or make it even easier by starting your search online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. And if you're not in the market for a new vehicle but want to make sure yours feels as new as the day you drove it off the lot, get a tune-up with Zimbrick Chevy's amazing service team. Stop into Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie and discover this great automotive team that I've been telling you about for years. Consistently recognized as a best of Madison operation, Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie is the name you can trust.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6 and follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Drum roll, please.
Carbliss is here with refreshing new flavors. Introducing their Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Let the summertime flavors of blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit whisk you away from the winter blues. New flavors, same great Carbliss perks. Every handcrafted cocktail still has 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories. Find the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack in store wherever Carbliss is sold and enjoy your winter passport to paradise. Grab a pack today and discover why Bliss is more with Carbliss.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or, looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no-obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
we're on the Badgers.
The expectations for Badger basketball that I have to let go of was the Bo Ryan expectation.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And that's not Great Guard's fault. That's the NCAA's fault.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
This ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and maybe that's never. So don't you dare leave me now. Throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight ain't the night for sorrow.
We covered a lot of ground in that opening portion of the program, but we did not, other than a passing mention, cover the ground of a guy who hadn't won a major in 11 years. A guy who was, at one point, I believe, viewed as the heir apparent to Tiger Woods in terms of the greatest golfer in the game, has completed the Grand Slam, the career Grand Slam, which I don't know. I feel like we've had conversations about Grand Slams before, and Tausch was not a fan of them, if I remember correctly, on how we viewed them.
No, they're majors. You have to get 4 to actually, like, a home run is a home run. A major is a major, and a Grand Slam is 4-piece nug.
But do you believe in the career Grand Slam,
Yes.
or is that?
Yeah,
okay.
that's completely good. But when you say, he finally won a Grand Slam, no, he didn't. He won a major. There's a difference.
Well, he finally won the Masters, and now he has won all 4 majors. Tausch, I assume you watched with anticipation on the edge of your couch, or maybe on the edge of your smartphone, as Rory McIlroy won in a playoff at the Masters.
So we had baseball and softball yesterday at 5:30, which was super irritating because I kind of had that hunch. But so I got home, watched about 8 or 9 holes of golf, and I don't remember. I think Justin Rose had bogeyed 14, and Rory had just birdied 10 or 11, and it was like a 5-shot lead. So I said, okay, I ain't even mad, because I thought it was going to be dramatic with him and Bryson. Again, I love the Masters. I think it is, I mean, you talk about from just a beauty standpoint and the fact that they don't let cell phones in, and you actually have to watch. Like, there's just so much great stuff about what we saw yesterday. Then I get done, I drop Eleanor off, I take Mac, we have practice, and kids start warming up, and I look, and it's 11-11. And I'm thinking, what the blank is going on here? Oh, Rory urinated down his leg.
He did.
That happens in golf. Justin Rose goes dominating, and this whole deal goes. So now I'm firing balls into the pitching machine and whatnot, and I look, and I see it goes to overtime, sudden death,
playoff.
But got a coach, so I end up not being able to see what happens at the end. I mean, it is what it is. But when I got home, I watched the golf coverages, the Golf Channel's coverage of it, the interviews, and all. I saw the highlights of the final hole, and I don't know, for someone, and I get your deal, whatever. The idea of being a storyteller and loving sports, you are really missing the boat, and it's too bad.
Yesterday was
magnificent. Jump in, because golf tests you in ways other sports don't. It brings out emotions, and it brings, especially somebody like Rory, who stayed with the PGA Tour, didn't go over to LIV, kind of did all the stuff. And in a world now where you transfer out and you beg to get traded to superstar teams, and you just give in when adversity slaps you in the face, well, golf doesn't let you do that. Golf forces you to either give in or get up. Rory got up, and it was ugly, and it was up and down, and how many times can this dude do what he did? And then to see, and Jason, this is where I feel bad for you, to miss that emotion, to miss that storytelling, to see Rory break down on the green, and the amount of friends and family he had that knew what he went through. For a storyteller, that's what this is all about. And you can exclude and do all that. That's whatever the case may be. Yesterday was everything that people love about sports was encapsulated in that 5-hour block of window. That's what yesterday was. And it is fantastic. I love the fact that he got over the hump, that he fought through, because most, and this is why he is in that vernacular of the greats, not a one-offer, because he was able to. Imagine missing a 4-footer to win the Masters, having to get back and do the exact same blanking thing, and in doing it. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. It's the beauty of sports to me was yesterday. That's what makes sports the best.
Yeah, it's a great story. There's no doubt about it. And there's no question that him getting emotional after winning was fantastic. I love all that. I don't understand the level of worship of that specific tournament, but that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate his story and what he overcame and everything that you talked about, because that's exactly right. That's what we talk to our kids about. That's what we talk to our teams as coaches about, is facing adversity and overcoming it, and mental toughness and all those things that make sports great. He had all those things on display. I would have felt the same way if it was on Father's Day and it was the U.S. Open and that was the one he hadn't won. So it's not something that's exclusive, for me anyway, to it being Augusta. Also, for the record, I was on a tennis court and you were either on a softball diamond or a baseball diamond when he was doing it. So, like, the story's great. Whether you watched it live or not, it still is incredibly compelling. And I don't know him any more than I know Cindy Crawford. I've actually talked to Cindy Crawford more than I've talked to Rory McIlroy. But I felt happy for him. And there's a couple of great commercials I saw that Nike had done over the years on him. The one of him, like, growing up, idolizing Tiger and then being on the same tee with him. Like, those were really cool things that, as a storyteller, I loved. And had I been covering him yesterday, I would have loved the opportunity to write the story. I don't understand the degree to which Augusta is different than all the other majors. But I'm glad that he completed his career Grand Slam, because I don't know, when you've gone 11 years without a major and you were supposed to be the next guy, I don't know how you covered that ground without getting downtrodden and ending up giving up. And he deserves a ton of credit for doing that. I am curious, is, like, Jordan Spieth the next guy that needs to have this kind of a renaissance? The only thing I saw from him yesterday was when he either inadvertently or on purpose hit a guy in the junk as he was walking by with his golf club as he was walking off the course. Is that the kind of redemption story? Is he next up? Who's next now that Rory needs to do that?
Rory's different. I think that's I don't know if Jordan Spieth winning a PGA championship, it's not going to carry the same. It just won't. So this was one of those great storylines. If Phil Mickelson was able to win a U.S. Open, then you'd probably have a very similar conversation, even though I don't believe he is loved universally like Rory is. So golf always tells a great story. There's the history behind it, and I understand not everybody loves golf, but if you love sports and you love human psychology and sports psychology, yesterday is about as good as you were going to get. It was. I think it's very similar to me, John Elway. I thought, when this one's for John. John Elway got smacked in the face in 3 Super Bowls. Couldn't win. And everybody is crushing him. And John Elway didn't give in. John Elway kept winging it. Now picked up Terrell Davis and Mike Shanahan, and so it's different. But John Elway is the Rory McIlroy of the NFL. That's how I look at this.
Okay.
But wouldn't he have had to win?
That's the tricky part of it. I think Super Bowls obviously they're basically Grand Slams in the fact that you get
majors.
You got to get 2. I almost look at it. You have to have 2 to be in the same category as because how many starting quarterbacks have 2 Super Bowls? It's a smaller club. Then you go to 3. Obviously, in this, you need 4 because you have to have 1 of each. So you can't really make the comp. But I'm just saying, I think it was as universally loved. Obviously, as Packer fans, we didn't love what we saw. But I think the NFL as a whole thought John deserved it. Obviously, Pat Bolin with one of the great lines, "This one's for John."
You love that line.
The emotional component of that, I thought, was eerily similar to what we saw yesterday.
So does that make Mahomes Tiger Woods? Or Tom?
Brady is Tiger Woods. No, Brady is Nicklaus. Mahomes would be probably Tiger. I don't know. I'd have to do a little more research on that.
Joe Montana, how does he fit into this?
I haven't really delved
Arnold
into
Palmer.
I think Gary Player would be Terry Bradshaw. That's the only ones I can come up with.
Well, thanks for that one.
You're welcome. Gene Sarazen might be like Jim Plunkett.
What about Tung Chai Jaidi? Where does he fit into the equation? Is he Jordan Love?
He's an AmFam champ. That's for sure.
They both are supportive of AmFam. I know you just said that you're not allowed to take your cell phone into the Masters.
That's correct. Yes.
So do you have to take like an old school digital camera if you want to take pictures?
There's photographers. Ken Griffey Jr. photographer.
Ken Griffey Jr. is a photographer?
He is, yes. He was there's a really good article about Ken Griffey Jr. being a rookie photographer in the photo booths down at Augusta, chasing people, getting pictures. He got a great picture of Bernhard Langer. And now that you're a tennis guy all of a sudden, who's the greater German sports star?
Boris Becker.
Boris or Bernhard Langer? Because I'll tell you what, you can say what you want. Jim Nantz is a blanking goat.
Yeah, he is great.
There is
no
nobody, I don't want anybody ever say, like, I love Mike Tirico. I think Mike Tirico's great. Jim Blanken Nantz, how he does this. I saw his little deal with Bernhard Langer yesterday, and you get the fact that you can get me or anybody else choked up about a guy that won a Masters in like 93. That's amazing. Jim Nantz is blanking amazing.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
No, he's amazing.
Everybody else is talking about how he handled when Rory won and let the moment sit. And you're
Bernhard
saying,
Langer.
it was that Bernhard Langer interview. That really did it.
He brings out, he's great. He's great.
Yeah, you'll get no argument here. Just out of curiosity, though, and I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to go Boris Becker still, just because I recall Boris jumping around at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
But Bernhard Langer's career should be studied. It's because he's not an American, he doesn't get the love. Bernhard Blanken Langer has had one of the goatiest careers we've ever seen.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, goatiest, really?
Yes. Dude, he's done it for like 50 blanking years.
Enough with the blanking.
Well, I didn't know a ton about Bernhard Langer until yesterday. I knew he won a couple. I know he kills on the Champions Tour, and I think he's won an AmFam champ, I believe. Maybe not. I don't know for sure.
I don't think he has.
He's won 12 Champions Tour majors. He's had the yips. He had almost quit golf multiple times.
Whose career would you rather have, Rory or Bernhard Langer?
Post 50, Bernhard.
I didn't ask you about
obviously
post 50.
Up to this point, Rory. But
so he can't be goatiest. He's not even better than the guy that won the big tournament yesterday.
Bernhard Langer, his career should be evaluated as, I can't believe this dude did what he did.
All right. The guy hasn't even won an AmFam championship. So what are we doing?
Have you? I actually have won an I've actually won an AmFam championship, so I know.
Celebrity foursome.
Just out of curiosity, as you feed into my snooty, we're the Masters, we're Augusta narrative. So you're telling me that if you and I go buddy and buddy to the Masters together, and we're out on the course, unless some sort of staff photographer takes our picture for us, I have to leave the Masters without a photograph of me and my good friend Mark Tauscher.
I think practice rounds you can maybe take them, but
does that not strike you as slightly pretentious?
No, I think it's awesome. I don't think it's pretentious at all. Matter of fact, I've heard people say maybe other sporting events need to start thinking about doing this.
I would like a picture at Augusta then.
Well,
if I'm there.
Get Ken Griffey Jr. to snap a photo for you.
Can I get a picture with Ken Griffey Jr.? Will you take it? Because I would prefer that.
Yeah, I would have no problem.
I had a friend who was up this week, and he said he goes to concerts and comedians. They do the same thing, too.
Comedians don't let you bring phones
They put the phone in a bag, and they store it in a locker up front.
I am hoping. I'm seeing some things that schools are going to start saying you have to lock it in your locker. No cell phones in schools, and I am totally on board with that.
Because the Masters is so hoity-toity, I'm curious. Are you able to play Prize Picks with them, or is that also not an option for you?
Old-T had a good day yesterday. Old-T had a real good day. I had a hunch.
Pat Connaughton?
I did not go with Pat Connaughton, but I did go with Jay Rose. I knew Jay Rose was going to bounce back yesterday. Knew it. Not to the degree that he did. I did not think he'd be in a playoff. I'm not.
Jalen Rose?
Jay Rose. You can say Justin Rose. Jalen Rose maybe had a good day broadcasting. I don't know. I didn't follow it. But Justin Rose, monster day, went less. Rory kind of had a hunch he might spit up a little bit. Had a little hunch. Knew that Bryson was going to spit up a little bit, so I went more, less with my boy Jay Rose, and a win for Old-T. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Over 10 million members, billions of dollars in award and winnings. Made daily fantasy sports accessible to everybody. Pick more or less. It's simple. I went less, more. Boom, win. Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. You can join over 10 million users. Sign up today. Use that promo code WI, and you can get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. And now the NBA playoffs, this is the best. There's no more load management. None of that. Playoff basketball. More or less. You got Doncic. You got Giannis. Maybe Pat Connaughton's going to keep rolling. I don't know. We don't know, but it's fun. Get in on the playoff action. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Steve via the Facebook Messenger.
Ooh.
Which I don't I like that we have a automated response, but I like to reply to these when I can.
Hey, sports fans.
Hi, thanks for contacting us. We've received your message and appreciate you reaching out. You don't even promise responses.
I don't know how to turn that off, by the way. I'm sorry to all of our fans that reach out to us that way. I don't know how to turn that off. I wish I could.
This was your domain.
You would think. I don't know how to turn off the auto reply.
I was at the Masters on Friday and Saturday. It was an experience of a lifetime. The Masters takes complimentary photos for all patrons at the Founders Circle. No cell phones or cameras are allowed during the tournament. So there you go. We will shift gears and get Tausch's insights into the Bucks' playoff chances, given that he had such a successful day on Prize Picks. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
You still want to see that steady play, that steady improvement, and you didn't get it from Jordan Love?
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That just makes the stakes that much higher this season.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. I love this time of year on the sports calendar. New baseball season underway, basketball playoffs, and speculating what Green Bay will do in the draft. And on top of all that, the weather is getting nicer and the days are getting longer. That means more sunlight and more encouragement to make the energy switch to Everlight Solar. Wouldn't you love to have a way to save money and save the planet? Well, good news. There is a way. It's by making the switch to solar. Our family is one of many who have made the switch over the last several years. When we knew we were ready to make the switch, we met with the Everlight Solar team, and they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hey, Gina, did you hear about the draft?
Wayne, there's no draft at Pella.
There's definitely a draft. Right, Wilde? Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
Pella windows are constructed of the highest quality. No drafts. But Pella should be everyone's #1 pick because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get no interest financing options or free glass upgrades.
So where is the draft?
Coon. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply in 4/30/2025.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Look, we all know that as we age, our bodies change, but Carbon World Health can help. They have a process of testosterone replacement therapy that includes a diagnostic exam and blood tests to assess your hormone levels to make sure that they are optimal for you, not optimal for your age. Carbon World Health can help you increase your energy, focus, and overall health with their approach to hormone therapy. It's all about quality of life for you. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited's showroom on Stoughton Road is absolutely a must-see. Nobody builds a better backyard better than Outdoor Living Unlimited. New deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, fire pit, and in-ground pool. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in building the new deck. Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech decking installer. Looking for a backyard hardscape design? Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom. Visit our open house on Saturday, April 19th from 9 to 1 p.m. and meet the team. Or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
We're on the Badgers.
There are moments where it feels like you're close, but taken holistically, those look like blips.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
To win a championship, you have to consistently be that team.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
For those in the YouTube comments that came here for Packers conversation.
You're getting antsy?
We'll have some for you.
Well, pretty bold statement. You're saying Isaiah Simmons is going to be the next Zach Bond. That's bold.
Didn't exactly say that.
Jesse, did he not kind of imply that early in the show?
He hinted at it.
Hinted, sure. Could be.
Well, first-round pick, versatile linebacker. It actually, I kind of get what you're saying. I don't agree with
thanks.
it.
Thanks. I saw our friends at Unsportsmanlike this morning.
Oh, you went big boy cam, huh? Okay, what did Unsportsmanlike say? What?
Who are you talking to?
Jesse.
Oh, okay. On your camera in front of you there, the left side is the preview portion that no one but you and I sees.
I'm not
and
a
the
TV
right
guy.
side is everyone
Clearly.
else's.
I'm
what
not a
they
seasoned
see.
vet like some.
So you're now getting distracted by me presetting the reverse cam.
It's true.
Yeah. That was
Take
fun.
a breath. Take a beat. You're going to be all right.
Have a meal.
Yep.
Hey, it's reverse cam for those of you watching.
So that's now on screen?
Yes, the
but
right
it wasn't
side is
before.
on. Correct, yes. Uh-huh.
You're doing too much, man. You're doing too much. He's trying to show off for Jocko. That's what Jesse's doing.
Jocko looks great, by the way.
He does.
Best hair in the business.
His hair is fantastic, isn't it?
And
he's a big Bernhard Langer fan, too. He's golfed with Bernhard.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Jim Nantz mention that in his piece yesterday, or did he gloss over that part?
I think Bernhard mentioned all of the people that helped him along the way, and I think it was implied that Jocko was a part of that group.
Okay. Are we adding more camera angles to the show? I mean, we have like an actual camera operator in the room now. I mean,
I don't know how this all works. I just show up and try to do the best.
You just see the preview of what's next on the video stream and then announce it for everybody, thinking we're all seeing it. Okay, just wanted to clarify. You had a great day on Prize Picks. The Bucks had a great day with Pat Connaughton. They are the number 5 seed, as expected, and as our Bucks buddy Justin Garcia told us weeks ago. They match up with the Indianapolis Pacers, and I saw Evan and Canty and Mishmel Schmalman addressing what happens if they lose their first-round series. It was almost as if they took one of your conversations with Evan Cohen and made it a segment on their nationally renowned radio show.
Well, Evan runs a lot of stuff by me to make sure it's kosher, especially when it comes to
Take some
Wisconsin
shots
sports.
at you, too,
He
from what I
does,
could see.
and that's okay.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, he does. I think he's trying to be funny, and that's not really his wheelhouse.
He's not funny.
That's not his main thing. But this is a huge series. I think for, we don't know if Dalla Dame is going to be available. I think there's hope that he will be at some point. It is a week. Jesse announced, I think the Bucks put out that Saturday noon on our air is going to be the first game. And then this first round goes for like 6 months.
So for the record, I did not just make the announcement. It was shared by the NBA Public Relations Office last night.
I heard it first from you.
That's great. Bucks Pacers, noon tip time Saturday for game 1 on ESPN.
This is going to be an NBA TV series, isn't it?
No, ESPN on Saturday.
No, the entire time, though, because there's the Lakers, obviously, are going to be primetime, TNT, the whole deal. The Bucks will be an NBA TV series. Because there's a couple of times that you can't fit it on, whether it's ESPN, ABC, TNT, and then they're an NBA TV series. This is going to be an NBA
Typically, the Bucks do check a lot of boxes to be the NBA TV series featured in the first round, and that appears to be the case again this time, yes.
Will they emerge from it?
They are going to beat Indiana. I don't buy Indiana as like that guy. Giannis is the best player in the series, bar none. Dame is available. I feel really good about it. Outside of that, it's going to be a grinder, but I think we're going to get it done in 6. And then I think we're going
Bucks in 6.
And then I think we're going to get beaten 5 against will be the Cavs. We'll play Boston. We'll play Boston. It'll be a 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go home. If they win it in 6, I'm just going to say right now, if they win it in 6, I'm going to write the biggest, baddest Milwaukee Bucks anthem you've ever heard.
That's
Sheryl Crow, 2021, still waiting on it.
That's 4 years, Cheryl says. She's had a full Olympiad.
Yep.
To write this ballad, this biggest, baddest ballad. Nothing. Somebody should follow up with her on that. But I think the best scenario here, the Bucks win the first series. I don't think they can get out of the second round regardless. Dame plays, Dame doesn't play. Boston's just too deep. They're going to be too good. And then the question comes, with this ownership group, are you going to run this thing back, or are you going to try and find the next phase in Giannis' career? Does Giannis want to and see that vision? There is going to be a lot of question marks that come from this. And unless they make a deeper playoff run than I anticipate, or I think most Bucks fans realistically look at, then you start wondering what happens. And I don't know the answer to that, but I would think this thing has kind of run its course with this core group of players as we sit here right now.
So they were talking in a manner that would inspire concern in fans. Do you feel that concern or not?
What's the concern?
That this is they're going to blow the whole thing up and Giannis will not be a Buck next year. And I don't know if that's one of those topics that moves the needle, so you discuss it, or if people truly believe that that's a likelihood or at least a strong possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Giannis doesn't want to go anywhere. you wonder, you already seen his best man be traded. Depending on how Dame comes back, I don't know what their relationship is. Brooke Lopez, I believe, is going to be an unrestricted free agent.
Expiring contract.
So that core group that you have all those memories with, you had all that success with, do you love Kuzma? Do you love the new group? Porter, the whole crew? I don't know. I don't know where he's at with that. And I don't know. My guess is if you have another disappointing playoff. Now, if you get out of the first round, that's better than what we've seen the last 2 years. Is that the kind of growth that how old is Giannis now? 30?
I have to look.
All right, however old he is, he's older. Does he view this as this is where I want to be and I think we can win? He wants to be here. We know that. But he wants to win more than he wants to just be in Milwaukee.
He turned 30 in December.
So he's 30 years old. LeBron's a freak. LeBron's 40. Is Giannis going to be doing this at 40? I'm not going to doubt him, but he's a lot of wear and tear on him. He plays hard. He doesn't take days. He doesn't miss unless he's injured. So that's going to be the question mark. And in the past, all of this, Giannis is going to get traded. Giannis is this. It was all malarkey. I think you could say that there would be some validity to where and what could happen this offseason. This isn't, he signed the extension. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything with stars. We know that. So this postseason is going to be huge. If they whimper and get beat out in 5 by the Pacers, I think that conversation gets super loud, super early, and then the Bucks have real tough decisions to make because if Giannis says he wants to go, he's going to go.
Will that change how you view him, or
No.
is he?
Giannis is a made man.
Okay.
He brought a championship. He has done everything. In the past, like if I was around in the 70s when Kareem did what he did, I'd have been mad.
Yeah.
It's a different world. Giannis has done everything he could. If Giannis decides after this season, I want to go somewhere else, I'm going to say, all right, let's go get a haul and reset. And there will be, you think Doncic got applauded and T-shirts made and Jumbotron? It should be times 100. He didn't bring them a championship. Giannis brought us a championship. So, there we go.
For those of you not watching on the video stream, Michael in Oregon wants anyone going to tell Tausch that the second round would be Cleveland.
So the 4-5 matchup, wouldn't that be the winner play the 1 seed?
Correct. Cleveland is the 1 seed.
Cleveland's the 1 seed, even though, yes, you know what, Michael?
It's our NBA analyst,
But I'm not
Mark
going to lie to you.
Tauscher.
Boston's really the 1 seed. You are correct, Michael.
Oh, my God.
Go check. Hey, guys, go check Vegas. You're right. Cleveland had a great regular season. That is on me. But I'm telling you right now, who's going to be favored, Boston or Cleveland? Who?
I don't. You're the NBA analyst.
Boston.
Would you like to reseed the entire playoffs for us based on what they should be?
Let me tell you something. If Las Vegas is reseeding the playoffs, Boston's 1, Cleveland's 2. They are.
I don't even know if Cleveland's 2.
No, Cleveland would be ahead of New York. But, yes, thank you for that clarification. I have, like most people in the NBA circles, have slept on Cleveland. That's fair. I went and watched Cleveland at Fiserv. They completely dismantled the Bucks in the second half. Complete dismantling.
And you're still sleeping on them.
But he's in the NBA circles.
No,
You just said so.
Cleveland will be a heavy favorite against the Bucks in round 2. But they're a young team. Can they prove it? I feel a heck of a lot better now that Michael has forewarned me that it's Cleveland, not Boston. I would much rather have to play Boston in the championship. And then if they get beat, I think you look at it in a whole different light. Oh, we beat Cleveland.
Eastern Conference
1 seed.
Finals, they would play the
thank you, Michael. I have slept on Cleveland all season. And by the way, so has everybody outside of Akron has slept on Cleveland. Have you heard Charles Barkley or any of those guys talking about Cleveland? No. Everybody talks about Boston.
Yeah.
It's Boston's East. Anybody said anything about – you can't even name outside of Spida. Name me another Cavalier.
Can't do it.
Well, I know Jason can't, but that's my point. They have to prove it yet. They had a great regular season. They play hard. Bucks can beat Cleveland. Bucks, I feel better. I still think Cleveland's going to be a prohibitive favorite. Oh, you're sleeping? Oh, okay.
Bernard Longer.
Jocko. I think they won a Pro-Am together. That's what I think happened. That didn't even make it. That's how great that story is.
Time for trivia.
Boris Becker trivia. No?
Jesse, what's today's category? Which caller would you like?
Believe it or not, Boris Becker. No, it is the Sports Weekend Recap. Since we're talking about what happened with the Bucks and the Masters.
What did Boris Becker do this week?
Nothing, as far as I know. But we'll find out what else happened in the world of sports. The Sports Weekend Recap. Monday Trivia.
All right, caller 3. Caller 3 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 3 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
I'm the most guaranteed person you could take.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
Is he a lockdown corner? Is he an elite receiving entity?
Round 1 begins Thursday, April 24th on ESPN Radio, ESPN, and on ABC.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Strong up front. Wisconsin's new offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes putting his O-linemen to the test this spring. The Badgers OC joining Wilde and Tausch talking strategy of making sure his guys on the front line remain accountable.
The little guys can't do their jobs if the big guys don't do theirs first. The ask of them is higher than it has been, but I think they want that, and so they've been really eager as well, and have done a great job. When you do that, you get more of them. No one rises to low expectations. The more you ask of them, I think the more that they'll give.
Everyone is talking about the draft, but you won't feel one from high-quality Pella windows. Get no-interest financing options or free glass upgrades today at PellaWI.com.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
At Metro Ford of Madison, you pay what employees pay. Customers pay employee pricing on all in-stock new Ford vehicles. This month, drive away in the 2025 Ford Explorer with financing as low as 5.9% for 72 months, $16.53 cost per thousand borrowed. Or get the 2024 Ford Mach-E with financing as low as 0.9% for 72 months, $14.27 cost per thousand borrowed. Hurry! These offers end April 30th. Head to Metro Ford of Madison or visit MetroFordofMadison.com today.
You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker, it's a three. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe, a special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky, the drop step, that's his favorite. And the two.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Professional volleyball is in full swing from here in Madison. Don't miss a second of the action. Cheer on Love Madison Volleyball as they make history with some of the best players in the world. Olympic medalists, NCAA All-Americans, and one of the most talented rookie classes ever. This is volleyball at its highest level. Experience the excitement yourself. Get your tickets today at lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I say go, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I say go till you can't go. No more, no more. I say go, baby, go, go, go. I've been to a place where the drifters go.
Let's play some trivia. Let's welcome our contestant. It is Steve in the Shaw. Steve, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I am great. Want to hear some fun stories?
I don't know if any of us went to any tourist destinations. I wonder if they sell fudge at the Masters, along with that pimento cheese sandwich that sounds disgusting. All right, here we go. Question number one in the weekend sports trivia recap. Steve, question one is this. I'll tell you what, man. Which former NFL head coach and TV analyst made a special appearance at the Wisconsin Badgers spring football practice on Saturday? Was it John Gruden, Nick Saban, or Urban Meyer?
Oh, good question. I just heard that this morning. I heard his clip where he said, "You're going to make Miami of Ohio pay when you play them." It was John Gruden.
It was John Gruden, correct. Jesse, your guy's back. You could do your imitation of his brother all you want now.
I tell you what, man, he was here in the Madison. It's been so long since I've done it, I got to dust it off.
A little rusty.
I'm a little rusty. Yeah, I got to work on it.
All right, Steve, question two is this. Playoff seeding in the Western Conference came down to the final game of the NBA season. Which of these teams finished seventh and must compete in the play-in tournament portion of the NBA playoffs? Was it the Denver Nuggets, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or the Golden State Warriors?
Man, I'm thinking it was T-Wolves. Golden State.
Golden State,
Golden
yeah.
State.
They played the Clippers. Yeah, there was a lot on the line there. All right, question three. Let's bounce back.
All right.
Which team won the 2025 Men's Hockey National Championship? The NCAA Men's Hockey National Championship on Saturday night. Was that Boston University, Western Michigan University, or Denver University?
Oh, man. Couldn't ask me who won the women's.
No, that would be too easy.
Okay. Hold on.
Want your choices again?
Yeah, give me my choices again.
Boston University, Western Michigan, or Denver?
Can we give a hint as far as, like, was there a player that may be a prominent Green Bay Packer, or is that not allowed?
You just parachuted in here to try and give a hint?
Well, I'm asking. I'm not saying I'm going to give a hint.
No, you should not give that
I won't
hint.
give a hint then.
All right, Western Michigan.
Oh, nice job. Well done.
Tausch is going to tell you Greg Jennings was Tausch's plan there.
That maybe, or I was going to say there's a great wideout from Denver.
Boston University.
Ed McCaffrey.
No, that's the
Ed
Broncos.
McCaffrey didn't go to Denver University.
You don't know.
Yeah, we do.
But you don't.
We do.
Well done.
Steve, congratulations. You got 2 out of 3 right.
Thank you.
Without
Thank you.
Tausch
Love
giving
you guys.
you intel.
Just let him tell us he loves us and
I
move
love
on.
you guys.
Places to be.
Huh?
Yeah.
Steve's got to go.
See you,
yeah.
Steve.
Steve's got to go. He's got 3 entries. Tausch has got to go tell us about AmFam.
I do. Great draft coming up in Green Bay. And you know who else is great? American Family Insurance, a proud sponsor of Wilde and Tausch for almost 100 years. They've been committed to making life better with the right home and auto protection, so you're free to enjoy your dreams. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Am I the only one who thought that sounded like they've been a sponsor? They've been a supporter of Wilde and Tausch for 100 years. Am I the only one that thought that?
After our meeting last week, it feels like you guys have been doing this show for 100 years.
If we were around for 100 years, I would hope AmFam would be a great fan.
Indeed. We only got 91 to go. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. Well, if you think your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin, upload a photo to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for a chance to win a free shower remodel. Yes, you heard me correctly. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including a design consultation, demolition, and removal of your existing shower or bath, and installation of a brand new Kohler Lugstone shower. goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for your chance to win.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The NBA playoffs are here, and the Milwaukee Bucks enter them as one of the hottest teams in the league, winners of 8 straight to close out the regular season, including a 140-133 overtime victory Sunday afternoon at Fiserv Forum over the Detroit Pistons. The Bucks have earned the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. They will visit the 4 seed Indiana Pacers. First round, Game 1, Saturday at noon, nationally televised on ESPN. Of course, you can listen to it right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. The Bucks and Pacers, a rematch from last year's opening round of the playoffs, where the Pacers defeated the Bucks in 6 games. Bucks-Pacers, Game 1, Saturday at noon. The rest of the series dates and times have not yet been announced. Baseball, the Brewers dropped 2 of 3 over the weekend against the Diamondbacks, including a 5-2 loss yesterday afternoon. Brewers return home to American Family Field tonight, hosting the Detroit Tigers for the first of 3 games. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock after Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And if you came here for some Packers conversation, now is the time to get it. And I want to start not with the draft conversation, which I also want to have. But this morning, Ian Rappaport was the first to report that Isaiah Simmons, the former 8th overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft,
Clemson
the Packers,
kid, right? Clemson?
The Packers, of course, selected Jordan Love with the 26th overall pick.
Remember that one.
In that
It's a good
draft.
pick.
And you may not be surprised by this. Isaiah Simmons, who will turn 27 in July, under 30, so, of course, Goody's interested in him, had a 9.97 relative athletic score coming out for the draft. So we love the RAS. Out of Clemson, as Tausch correctly stated. But he was the 8th overall pick. He has not had a ultra-productive NFL career. And now he did not get the fifth-year option from the Cardinals. He was traded to the Giants for a seventh-round pick, and now he's out there again. And Tausch, two things. One, you gave me a hard time when I said on my to-do list for Goody was to find a bargain-type player who could be your Zach Bond. This guy would seem to fit the bill.
I think you just said find Zach Bond, is what you said. But your point's taken.
Second, is this further evidence that first-round picks always have to prove they don't belong in the league? While if Isaiah Simmons was a seventh-round pick, I'm not sure there'd be any ballyhoo about the Packers bringing him in for a visit.
Well, I don't think there's a ton of ballyhoo. There's a little bit of boo. What was Devondre Campbell? What round pick was he?
Good question.
So
fourth, something like that.
It's very similar. Yes, first-round picks get more love. That's the world that we live in. They get more opportunities. They get more chances because typically they have all of those tangible things that you're looking for, the RAS score and the athleticism. That's how you end up being a first-round pick because you're not only judging production, you're judging what they can be, what they could be. And sometimes guys are miscast. Sometimes you try and fit somebody into a system that isn't going to definitely benefit them. Had Aaron Campman gotten drafted under Dom Capers as a 3-4 outside, would he have been a good football player? Maybe. Would he have had the impact that he had? Doubtful. Don't know if they would have drafted him. So in these cases, Zach Bond was a guy in New Orleans, and I don't even remember where else he was, if it was just New Orleans. Was he a bust? No. But was he the guy that we saw in Philly? No. There's an interesting video of Fangio basically going in and telling Howie Roseman, those guys, this guy could be a star in our system. I see what he does. I watch film. I've been coaching for a blanket amount of years, 30 years, whatever it's been.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's going to be able to make a huge impact for us. Now, I hope Jeff Hafley went and said, hey, this guy can make a monster impact for us. We have a role that is tailor-made for him. I don't sense that, but I'm sure in Philly, on their sports talk last year, nobody was sitting there saying, this guy's going to be a potential depoy and an MVP for our team.
First team All-Pro.
Would it be great if it happens? Yes. Am I envisioning that? No. But is it worth a risk? Yes. And if he could be half the impact player that Zach Bond was, it's a win for the Green Bay Packers. What's more likely? He comes, he maybe flashes. Is he going to be consistent enough? Because he has not been. And that's why he is not signed by an NFL team on the 14th of April. Doesn't mean there's not a role. We've seen this movie before. And sometimes these movies are mega hits, but most of the times they're not.
He's a fascinating tweener type guy. Like he played safety, he played linebacker, he played slot corner at times. So he's a different type of player. And again, he's on the market for a reason. But he's 6'3", 239 pounds. He ran a 4.39 40 coming out of college. Like, that's quite the size-speed ratio. I can see the siren song of potential wooing Goody to bring him in for a visit. But at this point, he has gone from the 8th overall pick to not having the 5th-year option picked up, to being traded to the Giants for a 7th-round pick, to being in his home, not on the streets, on April 14th. So this is a Zach Bond, low-risk, high-potential reward type signing. I'm not saying he's Zach Bond. I'm saying that these are the types of signings that make sense at this point in the game. Hope you find a diamond in the rough that can help you, because free agency is essentially over, and now you have to come up with one of these type signings that catches lightning in a bottle, like Devondre Campbell did. And then you sign him to a 5-year, $50 million deal, and that does not work out so well. It's interesting what they're doing at linebacker overall, right? I do wonder, and I mentioned this, I can't remember which show I mentioned this on. Maybe it was yesterday on Sunday Karma, game of Where's Wilde. I saw this from Pro Football Focus. They had a list of potential players that could be traded during the draft, and it listed Quay Walker as one of them.
Interesting.
And I have to admit, that thought did not cross my mind. And the reasoning that they gave was that, A, they have Edger and Cooper. B, they're probably not going to give him the fifth-year option because edge rushers that are listed as linebackers which we've talked about before, skew the number to a number that's higher than what you would want to pay him. But I thought it would lead the other direction, and Goody would want to sign him to an extension that was under that number and spread the money around.
So maybe the Packers will be proactive, and much like we see with other teams, and we saw this with Geno Smith, we know we're not going to come to terms. Maybe this NFL insider who wrote this is talking to people, and they're saying, Quay ain't going to take the deal that the Packers are offering, and the Packers, like Edger and Cooper, want to give him that run. They just re-signed. I keep forgetting. Is it Wilson that they re-signed?
No, Christian Welch.
Pride of Iowa. So we have that. There's linebackers. We know we're not going to re-sign him if we get a pick that's better than what we think the compensatory pick would be down the road. I would bet that just listening to what the coaches had to say, that is not going to happen. But a lot of times the business side of it will dictate what happens to that player. And Goody always is trying to be proactive with things when he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
This might be one of those cases. Now, is there somebody that is looking out there saying, I need Quay Walker as my linebacker, and I will give up a second or third round pick, which is about the only reason that I would ever see Green Bay doing it?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is no, at least in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, I think Green Bay wants to see what a full season can look like with two high-price or high-picked linebackers. And if they can finally recreate the Varner, the Bowman, the San Francisco treat at linebacker that Green Bay has chased for years, if they finally got it, what this defense could do. I think they want to see that. So I would push back on any trade Quay Walker talk.
Yeah, I would be very surprised by that, like I was when I read that. But, again, Doncic.
No,
I'm never going
to.
No.
That's not.
Obviously, I am not comparing Quay Walker
just said
to
Doncic.
Doncic.
You can't pick and choose where Doncic applies.
Yes, you can. Doncic has to be completely crazy town. Trading Quay Walker is not completely crazy. Trading Jordan Love would be Doncic.
Are you doing this for the cameras?
The cameras
or is
are
this
gone.
just how, oh, okay.
So no.
Good. Well, I'd like to
and
know
I don't
because
really appreciate you asking me that. Doncic is Giannis. Doncic isn't Quay Walker. Like, come on now. Doncic has to be a special sliver in the trade community.
I am not going to say anything is ridiculous or I don't see it happening or that's impossible because now something has happened that made no sense to me. And I have been saying that I thought Quay Walker turned a corner and then he got hurt in Seattle. So for me, I'm going to choose to say Doncic, because it's fun to say.
I really want Jesse to bleep that. That's how much I disagree with you using Doncic to Quay. You understand what I'm saying. Because you believe that, somebody just reported that. Was there ever
No one reported it. It was someone giving their opinion on a list of players that could be traded.
That's a report.
It's not. No.
Was it printed?
It was not based on sources. It was not. Sources tell me the Packers are shopping Quay Walker. It was a person who compiled a list of players that he or she thought that might get traded during the draft. Jair Alexander was on it too.
In fairness, you brought it up, and I would have not thought that.
Right, kind of like you would have never thought Doncic would be traded.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't fundamentally disagree more with a correlation than you saying Quay Walker and Luka Doncic are in the same plane. I can't get my head wrapped around that. I'm glad you can, but I can't.
Get your head wrapped around this. ESPN's Fantasy Focus Football
I thought you were flipping
podcast
me off or something.
is coming to Green Bay.
What am I getting my head wrapped around?
On April 23rd, a little over a week away, Field Yates, Daniel Dopp, Mike Clay, Liz Loza, and Stefania Bell are doing a live show at the Tundra Trio. And ESPN Wisconsin wants to send you and a friend up to Green Bay to see the show happen live. Right now, caller number 10. Caller 10 at 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 10 wins 2 tickets to ESPN's Fantasy Focus Football Live at the Tundra Trio. See the show up close, meet all the hosts, get complimentary food and beverages, and Fantasy Focus Football Podcast merch. That's caller 10 right now at 844-770-3776. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, Gina, did you hear about the draft?
Wayne, there's no draft at Pella.
There's definitely a draft. Right, Wilde? Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
Pella windows are constructed of the highest quality. No drafts. But Pella should be everyone's #1 pick because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get no interest financing options or free glass upgrades.
So where is the draft?
Coon. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 4/30/2025.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Lillard lobs up top to Giannis. Whoa, what a play!
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally! And Wisconsin comes out on top.
And now, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Swinging a fly ball to left. It is back to the wall. Gone! Churio, a grand slam.
This is Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. Well, if you think your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin, upload a photo to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for a chance to win a free shower remodel. Yes, you heard me correctly. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including a design consultation, demolition, and removal of your existing shower or bath, and installation of a brand new Kohler Lugstone shower. goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for your chance to win.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Welcome. The 2025 NFL Draft on ESPN Radio.
The NFL Draft is now underway.
Live from historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
With the first pick.
Thursday, April 24th on ESPN Radio, ESPN, and on ABC.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back.
The NFL Draft is a little over a week away. And our friends at ESPN and our buddy Rob Domofsky have put together quite the scuttlebutt when it comes to the draft across the league. He asks an important question on ESPN.com and ESPNWisconsin.com. Could this finally be the year the Packers break their trend of not taking a wide receiver in round one? Tausch, do you think Rob thinks this is the year, and do you think this is the year?
I don't think this is the year. Listen, man, I am not sitting here Kuipering or Matt Bowening it, looking at every wide receiver, quarterback, etc. I do think that if we can find a way to get Dart to go before Green Bay, which it sounds like maybe
Jackson Dart, Ole Miss,
then all of a sudden you start looking, and Green Bay knows they need to get a difference maker in that position group. They can like all their guys that they want, but Christian Watson's, depending who you ask, going to be out for an extended period of next season. And you want to get your $55 million quarterback as many weapons as you can so that he can lead his offense to bigger things than what we've seen, more consistent things. And I think from watching how Green Bay operates and the success that we have had with second, third, seventh round pick wide receivers, it's great. But last week when you mentioned all of the first round wideouts that Green Bay has drafted, which is 4 in the Super Bowl era, and then you listed who they were, you're talking about 2 Hall of Fame players in James Lofton and in Sterling Sharp. And this would be one of those years. Again, I want an O lineman. I want a D lineman. I want impact players up front. But if you can find somebody that is a Justin Jefferson that can be that kind of impact player, I want you, if you have a strong enough conviction, go for it. If it's a Jalen Reagor or someone of that ilk, you have now set your team back again. So I don't think this is the way Goody's going to go. I think he's looking, but I think Goody is going to always remember Ted saying they just don't make as many big guys that can move. And that's where I think you look at it with the depth that Mel Kiper mentioned on the defensive side of the ball. I think that's where this group ends up going. and then finding a wideout in that second round, the Jordy Nelson clone. That's how I would approach this.
Well, Rob doesn't commit to that either, which, again, being the bold guy that he is, it's hard to project the Packers picking a first-round wide receiver until they actually do it. So, I'm with him on that. Not going to believe it till it actually happens. Rob also says a rival scout told me that his team expects the Packers to focus on adding defensive players for Jeff Hafley's scheme in the early rounds. He predicted that Green Bay would draft a cornerback in round 1 and a defensive tackle in the second round before shifting to a value receiver pick in round 3. Now, is this the same? Now, this is from someone other than Rob Domofsky.
That was
I don't know.
Matt Miller.
Matt Miller.
Kind of rude of the rival scout to give him the whole blueprint there. Rude.
But how does he know what his actual plan is, right? He doesn't know Goody any better than any of us, probably. But would you be okay if that ends up being the case? Listen, a lot of investment in the defense again.
Yeah, I want a good football player. I think this team, yes, there's needs. Yes, we all have talked about wide out, corner, edge. Like, that has been it. But are you going to be bummed if they find a center or a right guard that is, Quentin Nelson, somebody that is just a dog? I'm not. I understand the let's find a guy that will fit a need and really play. That's what we all want.
Sure.
But I want a good football player. I don't want, when you start reaching and thinking this might be, instead of, I know this is a good football player. I know this guy loves football. I know he's going to come in. He's going to do what we ask. And he's got the talent to do it. And we'll figure everything else out. You typically have a lot of success. It's when you start thinking, man, I need to get a corner. I need this to stop the Minnesota's wideouts or to do this. I got to have him. And then you bring him in, and it's, ugh. That's when you get in trouble. So just give me a good football player. Period, fin. Don't care what position.
So here's the question I have for you and I have for our fans, and I was going to tweet this out because, again, not a fan. I cover the draft, and I tell whatever stories come out of said draft. What could Goody do in the first round that would disappoint you?
Quarterback.
What would...
Quarterback. That's a great question. It's a really good question. But outside of quarterback...
Not sure the answer was all that great.
No, it is. Because outside of quarterback or specialist, where are you going to be mad? If they pick up Ashton Genty, I ain't going to be mad.
I was about to say Genty.
But you could say Genty.
Yeah. I do
you
not
don't want a dynamic home run hitter at running back. Yeah, that'd be terrible.
I don't want a running back as a pick in round 1 of the draft when there are a few other holes on the roster that they're close to filling to pursue a Super Bowl title. They still have those holes if they draft Ashton Genty in the first round, no matter what pick they use.
Maybe. But they also have a home run hitter that's going to make that offense even more explosive, and then that might help the wideouts. Like, this isn't a zero-sum game. This is moving parts, figuring out what that's going to look like. If you add Ashton Genty to this team, you don't think that's going to – you would be disappointed? They're saying he has the capability. He is probably the most prized running back recruit since Saquon. Since Saquon. Think Philly was upset that they picked up Saquon?
I don't think so, no.
I don't either.
I thought Bijan Robinson was that guy.
He's been good, too.
Back in the day, Trent Richardson was going to be the greatest thing to ever come out of the draft, and Leonard Fournette was going to revolutionize the running back
championship
position.
with Tampa.
Yeah, and it was like his third team.
Second or third. I'm not going to be disappointed with Ashton Genty. I'm going to promise you that. He ain't going to be there. If you grab Ty Warren, you're going to be disappointed. Well, we got Tucker. We got Musgrave. No.
What if he trades out to accumulate more picks?
Nope.
Will you be disappointed then?
Nope. Only that way I'm going to be disappointed. I just told you. You guys don't have to agree with me. Quarterback or specialist. Outside of that, get me a great football player.
So, Jesse, Genty is who would disappoint you.
Yes, and I hate that I'm in this camp because I like Ashton Genty. I like Boise State. We've been down this road. I love watching Boise State football. I have an aunt who lives out there. I like the team before they became popular. I like Boise State. I do not want the Packers to draft Ashton Genty in the first round this year. That'd be a waste of a pick.
Almost as bad as drafting a quarterback because you have Josh Jacobs. That's your argument.
Yes. And running back is still a replaceable position, and even if you need to have someone else step in for Josh Jacobs, it can be easily covered up compared to holes on the offensive line or on the pass rush.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776.
Did you answer that question, J-Dub? Did I miss it?
Yeah, no, he's not. I explained it when I asked the question. He's not going to disappoint me. I don't care.
He drafts Jackson Dart. You're not going to be disappointed?
No, it's a fascinating story because then what the hell is that saying about Jordan Love?
Well, he's not going to. I don't think. If he drafts a second-round quarterback, is that an indictment of Jordan Love? How about third?
It's going to be a heck of a day 2 story, isn't it?
Where do we draw? What's the line of demarcation that it's not a big deal?
Day 3.
Okay.
Fifth
so if he
round.
grabs a quarterback,
Sean Clifford region.
Okay, so if he grabs a quarterback 4th round, we're going to say, oh, boy.
No.
I'm not.
4th round is day 3.
All right, 3rd round. You're going to say, oh, boy?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
And then I'm going to say, are they going to trade Malik Willis then because they think they can get something for him?
Okay. I think, is this the one year that you don't even think about drafting a quarterback? You go anti-Ron Wolf?
So I would like to, if I may, read from channel3000.com because this is where I was headed.
Who wrote that?
Eric Franke.
Frankster.
We will get to that coming up. Tausch needs to tell us about this amazing contest. I saw him did a video.
Him did a. Oh, you don't do that to me? Every blanket time? Like, come on. Have a sense of humor. Him did a.
Tausch did a video on his social media to promote this great contest, and now he's going to stop being a knob and tell you more about this great contest with Kohler Services.
Indeed. Thank you, Jason. Him did a big-time little deal on, I think I sent that over on Friday. Maddie put it out. I had a couple woofs because there's some ugly blanket showers in the state of Wisconsin and around. And if your shower is one of the ugliest in Wisconsin, upload a photo to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest. Is that going to be easier now with the ESPN Wisconsin app?
It is easier with the ESPN Wisconsin app, the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app. You can find the link right to the contest page. You can find the link to this contest and all the contests we have going on. Yeah?
Send a photo of your bathroom, and you're going to get a chance to win a free shower remodel. Yeah, for free, you heard me correctly. One lucky fan will win a free shower remodel from Kohler Services, including a design consultation, demolition and removal of your existing shower or bath, and an installation of a brand spanking new Kohler Lugstone shower. Upload that photo by April 30th to goodkarmabrands.com/Wisconsin contest for your chance to win a free Lugstone Kohler shower at your house.
And it's also easy because if you're watching on the video stream, we reached out to our IT team and our graphics team, and him did a QR code here.
Him did a good one.
Get one up here for you. You can just scan that, and that takes you right to the landing page to enter.
Yeah, I tried that, and I ended up taking photos, and him did a not understand that. Him did a.
We'll take a look at the idea of Goody wanting to draft the developmental quarterback in every draft. Not happening, Captain. We'll explain next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Jim Rutledge here, and I want to tell you about the Bruce Company, Dane County's premier retailer of outdoor furniture. They'll help you elevate your outdoor living space like they have for me. Exceptional craftsmanship, all the latest styles, colors, and durable materials that hold up to whatever Wisconsin weather brings. From deep seating to dining, pick your set and the Bruce Company will customize it to fit your style. Visit their furniture showroom in Middleton and let their trained staff help you bring your outdoor dreams to life. The Bruce Company, your outdoor living experts.
At Metro Ford of Madison, you pay what employees pay. Customers pay employee pricing on all in-stock new Ford vehicles. This month, drive away in the 2025 Ford Explorer with financing as low as 5.9% for 72 months, $16.53 cost per thousand borrowed. Or get the 2024 Ford Mach-E with financing as low as 0.9% for 72 months, $14.27 cost per thousand borrowed. Hurry, these offers end April 30th. Head to Metro Ford of Madison or visit metrofordofmadison.com today.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck & Honey's. Make your Easter celebration one to remember and spring into this holiday season at Buck & Honey's. Their award-winning restaurant offering seasonal dishes, handcrafted cocktails, and exceptional service. As you gather with loved ones this spring, don't forget to plan ahead for Mother's Day. Treat mom to an unforgettable meal in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Celebrate great food and great company this Easter and Mother's Day. Make your reservation today at their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. We'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
Professional volleyball is in full swing from here in Madison. Don't miss a second of the action. Cheer on Love Madison Volleyball as they make history with some of the best players in the world. Olympic medalists, NCAA All-Americans, and one of the most talented rookie classes ever. This is volleyball at its highest level. Experience the excitement yourself. Get your tickets today at lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
On channel3000.com, you can read the first of my draft preview series where we take a look at where the Packers stand at each position, take a look at the top prospect at each position. I try to go off the board a little bit with my pick to click. My choice for quarterback is Graham Mertz. Not giving up on my hopes for my Bo Callahan. Coming back from an ACL tear that ended his season after 5 games.
And I sent you this, and I know this is a little bit, it's a lot sensitive, so I have to be very careful here.
Oh, no.
Well, Graham Mertz, some thought, it's not the Graham Mertz story, but what was the name of the dude from draft day? Bill Callahan. Bo Callahan.
Bill Callahan was someone else.
Bo Callahan had nobody show up at his birthday party, right? And that sent off red flags, correct, to NFL executives, and that was one of the reasons that Kevin Costner didn't pick him. Is that a fair? I just want to make sure I got a fair assessment.
That's correct, yeah.
Do we remember who his agent was and who would have probably been hanging around at that point?
The actor.
Yeah.
You're stealing other people's material now and passing it off as your own.
I'm not saying
you've come up with some sort of brilliant joke.
No, I was trying to cite it. I don't remember who tweeted it.
You never tried to cite it at all there.
Well,
you just
didn't let
started
me
trying
finish.
to tell the story.
Hey, when you do a bibliography, do you put it in the beginning of the paper or at the end? Yeah, I got
A lot of
you on
times
that
it's
one.
in the paper.
Sean Combs was the actor who played his agent in the film.
So,
Diddy.
There probably should have been an evaluation. Kevin Costner. I'd be curious how Callahan ended up playing in the NFL.
Draft day 2.
That'd be good. A recap of how draft day. How did Mac play? Was he a good player? Did you get injured? You have a great career? That would be intriguing to me. So I've always said that Survivor movie should be sequelized. I'm starting to think Draft Day should be sequelized.
I would watch Draft Day, too.
I would, too.
Like, Matt got hurt. Sonny gets fired, gets a new job with a new team because he still fleeced the Seahawks.
They end up trading everything away and picking up a quarterback, paying him the first all-guaranteed contract. And it turns out the way it did.
He gets the job with the Seahawks, replacing the guy that he fleeced in the draft because he got.
Yeah.
And so it didn't work out in Cleveland. He goes to Seattle and then inherits Bo Callahan as a quarterback.
Oh, and then you have to wonder, just like McCarthy and Rodgers, does that relationship work out? Because he didn't want me. Matter of fact, he kind of sewered me a little bit with nobody liked me and all this other stuff. And thank God there was that Seattle blog that forced the Seattle's GM's hand into getting Callahan.
And now we got to figure out if he's going to pay him a new contract or draft a quarterback.
Callahan's doing a regular weekly hit with that blog because that blog got him that gig. That's a fascinating. There's a lot of twists and turns.
This might
in that
be
movie.
better than the original.
Jason, that'd be a good movie. You have to admit.
If you go to channel3000.com, you can read about the quarterbacks, and you'll find this interesting nugget. Graham Mertz, who is viewed by Dane Brugler as an undrafted free agent, likely because of what he's coming off of with the knee injury. His father, Ron, played college football as well at Minnesota, where he played for John Gutekunst. How about Graham Mertz as an undrafted free agent to the Green Bay Packers? That's the kind of stuff you'll get if you actually read the story instead of turning the discussion into, hey, how about draft day 2? Let's turn the discussion to how much we love Quick Trip instead.
This kind of feels like a blogger pushing a quarterback on a front office. But with the pulling those heartstrings that Gutekunst, hey, his dad played with his dad and all. Would that be a great story if Graham Mertz ended up in Green Bay? I don't know. It's a great story. Quick Trip. Life's busy. Quick Trip gets it. Whether you're craving that fresh coffee, grab-and-go meals, or snacks, Quick Trip is your go-to. And Quick Trip has a variety of apps and meals when you are up for it. Sweeten up your game with Quick Trip's Nature's Touch ice cream. You can get a big old pail, chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream, mint chocolate chip. There's no such thing as a bad pick. And right now you can get that gallon of Nature's Touch ice cream for just $4.99. You can also get Nature's Touch milk for $2.99. Sausage links for $2.49. And it's Monday. You know what that means. Rotisserie chicken, $6.99. Head on over today. Again, I think you can get 3 meals out of it. You can get the meal tonight where you just eat chicken. And you can do some enchiladas.
Of course, got
the
the
rest of the week.
enchiladas.
And then you use that for some broth. It's going to be a little rainy and mucky at the end of the week. You make a soup. 3 meals for $6.99 out of that chicken from Quick Trip. Can't beat that. Download the Quick Rewards app. Take advantage of everything Quick Trip has to offer. Quick Rewards on every visit. Plus, you can order ahead for pickup or curbside delivery. Quick Trip. We'll see you next time. Jesse, I'd like for you to do an experiment. I'd like for you to go to Quick Trip today, grab that chicken, see how many meals you can get out of that chicken. You and Becca. See how many meals you can make out of that chicken for the course of this week. I can get to 3.
I am leaving town at 2 o'clock and
That's
not returning
unfortunate.
until Wednesday afternoon.
That is unfortunate. Okay. It would have been fun, though. Well,
I get my mini tacos.
I got all this other. I got this. I can't do that.
We'll be stopping at a Quick Trip on our way to Maddie's track meet. I can guarantee you that. We'll also next talk about what Goody said about wanting to draft developmental quarterbacks and why I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense when you only have 8 selections in this draft. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
You still want to see that steady play, that steady improvement, and you didn't get it from Jordan Love?
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That just makes the stakes that much higher this season.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, a place I've loved going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Man, I loved Pizza Hut back then, and I love creating new Pizza Hut memories with my family now. And right now, Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For just $13.99, you can get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. And even better, it comes with the Ranch Lover's Flight, featuring 3 bold new dips. Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. That's a lot of ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry in or order online today at pizzahut.com. And remember, no one outpizzas the Hut.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Simden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. Strong up front. Wisconsin's new offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes putting his O-linemen to the test. The Badgers OC joining Wilde and Tausch talking strategy of making sure his guys on the front line remain accountable.
The little guys can't do their jobs if the big guys don't do theirs first. The ask of them is higher than it has been, but I think they want that, and so they've been really eager as well, and have done a great job. When you do that, you get more of them. You know, no one rises to low expectations. The more you ask of them, I think the more that they'll give.
Everyone is talking about the draft, but you won't feel one from high-quality Pella Windows. Get no-interest financing options or free glass upgrades today at PellaWI.com.
Chevy Truck Month is back. Get more truck for your buck at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Right now, get 2.9% APR financing for 72 months and $6,000 off MSRP on a 2025 Chevy Silverado. That's right, 2.9% for 6 years. That really is more truck for your buck. But hurry, offer ends on April 30th. Never overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet. No down payment required. Monthly payments equal $15.15 per $1,000 finance with approved credit through GM Financial.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
You remember the moments from that magical March.
Side Decker, it's a 3. Got it!
On June 26th, celebrate the squad with Made 'em Believe, a special night with Bo Ryan, Frank Kaminsky, and Sam Decker.
Here's Kaminsky, the drop stab, that's his favorite. And the 2.
Presented by Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Potosi Varsity Ale, and Potosi Hard Seltzer. Tickets are on sale now at UWHoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Brewers baseball is back.
Bunting it up the first baseline. It's a good bunt. Racing home is done. He will score. Bryce Terrain gets the job done.
Hear the sound of summer right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball.
I think it's obviously the most important position in our sports, and I think every year it's important to really put a lot of time into those guys to identify them. It's a hard position to play. All you have to do is look at the history of it. It's a hard position to make it in this league. We'll continue to do that, and if there's opportunities, we'll draft them. That's what Brian Gutekunst said at the NFL Scouting Combine about drafting a quarterback.
Thought that was Sonny Weaver.
Ron Wolf presided over 9 drafts. You can read this at channel3000.com during his Packers GM tenure. The 10th one, he basically allowed Mike Sherman to make the picks, and we know how that draft went. He picked 7 quarterbacks in his 9 drafts, and that doesn't even include the Hall of Famer that he acquired by trading a first-round pick to get him. He drafted Mark Brunell. He drafted Matt Hasselbeck. He drafted Aaron Brooks. Goody has drafted 3 quarterbacks in 7 drafts. Can you name them?
Clifford, Love, and is it Magoo?
Michael Pratt, a 7th-round pick last year.
What's a Magoo? Isn't he a quarterback?
He was, I believe he was the MVP of one of the spring minor leagues, but he was not a draft pick.
Okay.
So the idea that Goody wants to draft quarterback, he did draft one last year in Michael Pratt. He did not make the team. He ended up, I think, in Tampa for a while. I don't know where he is now. But he's only got 8 picks. So if the question is, what could Goody do in the first round to disappoint you? That's one question. Is it realistic, my other question, when you only have 8 picks as of right now and you have holes to fill, to use one on a developmental quarterback on day 3?
Yes, it is for a couple of reasons. And correct me if I'm wrong. This is Malik Willis's last year under contract, correct?
I believe that's correct, yes.
So you do that, and you look at where Sean Clifford is still on this roster. Who is going to be your backup moving forward? You don't want to be in a position next season where you don't. You just heard Goody's quotes from your article. And I believe he believes that. This is not one of those years. How many roster spots do you think are legitimately wide open? After the free agency, after all of the things that they've done with player acquisition, do you think there's going to be all 8 draft picks going to make this team? You think all of the developmental guys that they signed after the season are going to make this team? Do you think all 8 of these draft picks? There are different times. Every team needs different things. Mm-hmm. You could make an argument that with how the contracts are set up, backup quarterback needs to be thought about this offseason. Because you feel great. I don't know if we've had a time since Matt Hasselbeck, maybe Matt Flynn for a stretch, that you feel better about where the backup quarterback situation is than right now. But that will change. Will Malik Willis want to go and chase a starting spot? I would think so. He knows Jordan Love. Now, depending on how this season goes, Okay, there could be some intrigue. But Malik Willis is going to want to go play somewhere. And if he has to play in a few games and does anything close to what he did last year, somebody's going to say he's worth a shot. We've seen this. I mean, Daniel Jones is getting opportunities. How many games Daniel Jones win last year? Malik Willis won 4 games? 3?
3. Mm-hmm.
So this is the time. And Green Bay's not going to end up with just 8 picks. I got a hunch they're going to maneuver. And even if it ends up being a Graham Mertz as an undrafted free agent, you're going to bring another quarterback into that room to compete and to hopefully grow. And maybe this year, I asked what round. If you go before a 5th, you're typically probably going to lose that player if you cut them after camp. You start getting 6, 7, or undrafted, that's when you stash and you practice squad and you develop and you get them through their system and you get them feeling, understanding what you're looking for. So that next offseason, when Malik Willis probably leaves, Sean Clifford better be ready, or whomever that third quarterback is going to be. That would be my thought process. So I would argue with you and say this is a year you need to address it, because you can't just wait for, this is going to happen. Packers probably understand, unless Malik Willis loves being the backup here and is willing to do a backup deal to be here for another 3 or 4 years, he's going to realize his only next shot is going to be next offseason. He needs to have a good backup season again and get that opportunity. It ain't going to be in Green Bay unless Jordan Love has a really bad season.
We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour with some of your thoughts on what could disappoint you in the first round. Plus, we're going to play a little Where's Wilde, and I'll tell you what, man.
What do the
interesting
Packers do?
guess.
What do the Packers do if someone comes and offers a 4th for Malik Willis this season?
Good question. We can discuss that to kick off the 11 o'clock hour after you tell us about Coors Light.
Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's made to chill. And nothing better watching Rory, watching the Masters on a Saturday. It's a beautiful day, and you crack open one of those Coors Lights, the silver bullet, big 16-ounce, wide mouth bottle. Mountains are just crystal blue. The sweat dripping off of it, and you just relax with that, because that's when you know you're chilling. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on ESPN Madison. Don't miss a special radio broadcast of the spring match at the Fieldhouse this Wednesday night, featuring Wisconsin hosting in-state rival Marquette, right here on Madison's home of Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball, 100.5 ESPN. The NBA playoffs are here, and the Bucks are red hot, winners of 8 straight to close out the regular season. Milwaukee gets a rematch with the Indiana Pacers in round 1. Tip time for game 1. Pacers-Bucks has been announced noon Saturday, the first game of the first round this weekend. Noon tip time Saturday for the Bucks and Pacers. Listen to it right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. You can watch it on ESPN TV and the ESPN app. Again, a rematch of last year's first-round series, which the Pacers won in 6 games. Baseball. The Brewers dropped 2 of 3 in Arizona over the weekend, including a 5-2 loss yesterday afternoon. Milwaukee back home to American Family Field tonight, where they host the Detroit Tigers for the first of a 3-game set. 6:40 first pitch on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins with Tausch's question, which is this. Would you trade Malik Willis for a 4th-round pick if someone comes calling? Jordan Love missed 2 starts and a half of a game 3. And hopefully he stays healthy for all 17 games.
Yeah.
It's a critical year for him. He knows it. One of the things that I love about him is that he owns everything, which is not always the case with NFL players. He doesn't use the injuries as an excuse. He talks about how he needs to be better. He needs to be more consistent. Their offense as a whole needs to be more consistent. I like everything about him with his attitude. I don't know how durable he is. He started all 19 games they played his first year as the starter. Last year he gets hurt on a freak play at the end of the game in Brazil. I thought he was going to seriously injure himself on that slippery grass when his leg went out from under him, when he went to plant and he did like the splits earlier in the game. Then he has the groin injury where he tries to play through it in Jacksonville and gets to the point in the second half where he couldn't make it to the sideline. He was in such pain that he went down as he tried to get to the sideline. So I don't have a question about his toughness. I don't know about his durability. So I want a guy that I have seen can make my football team win games if I'm Goody or LaFleur. So how much of a draft pick do you have to get in return for that peace of mind? Because they clearly have peace of mind with Malik Willis.
No doubt. I don't know the answer to that. And I think part of it, too, is has Sean Clifford taken a jump? Do you feel like this is going to be year 3 for him? If you either believe in him or you don't, because what you're going to see here is what you're getting with Malik Willis, and I would not trade him for a 4th. I wouldn't. Now, if you want to tantalize a little bit and go 3rd, okay. But you have championship aspirations. You talk about urgency. Unless Sean Clifford is ripping it like Mr. August did, I can't do anything before the draft. And then you wonder, do you want to do something in season? And the answer would be no. So if you don't do it before the draft, I think this is a moot point. Green Bay is not shopping Malik Willis. This would be more of a, if New Orleans or Pittsburgh or somebody doesn't end up with a quarterback, they look back and say, well, Malik did this last year. Not going to cost everything because it's a 1-year commitment. Maybe we take a look. Maybe Green Bay is interested. You can get a 3rd from New Orleans. New Orleans is going to stink. I think I have to sign up for it. Because even though he did a great job last year, do you think you're winning a championship if it's going to be Malik Willis leading your team? And the answer is probably no. Can he win some games for you and be a really good backup? The answer is undoubtedly yes. So is he going to be a part of your long-term future? This, again, could come down to a scenario where Green Bay says, All right, Malik, we have loved having you here. We're trying to plan out our next 3 years. Are you willing to take a 3-year, $25 million deal and be our backup and lock in so this is solidified? And we'll keep sprinkling. Or you want to go play and be a starter and make the Geno Smith whatever type of money, that decision can be made for you. I don't think that's the case here. I think everything is so fluid, but that would be the idea of how you proceed at the backup quarterback spot is you test it, you see it, and if it's not in the cards, you adjust and look at who that next developmental guy might be.
So if Malik Willis called us and wanted our advice, because the Geno Smith scenario, that's the scenario, right? Like that's what guys dream of, that it didn't work out the first time for, that they get a second chance and they do what Geno Smith has done.
Or Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Yep.
Sam Darnold has had it for 1 year, and now he has gone to Seattle and got paid, although that still feels like a year-to-year deal to me. But he has to sustain it longer. Geno Smith has sustained it longer. Like, he's won a playoff game. Sam Darnold has not done that. So, but yes, Sam Darnold got another opportunity. He was awesome last year.
I thought quarterback wins and losses wasn't a stat.
Well, he's on a team that wins the game, right?
That's a quarterback wins loss. Okay, yep. No, I think Sam Darnold. The thing is, you see this, and I think from where Malik is looking at it, you want to get paid. You want to earn that opportunity again, and very few guys do. But if you do, Geno, you mentioned there's two. Baker Mayfield did a similar thing when he took the flyer.
No doubt.
So guys are going to bet on themselves. I think Malik Willis wants to be a starting quarterback, just like assistant coaches want to be head coaches. At some point, you take that jump. You can love everything about what's happening. At some point, you want that jump, and if that jump isn't allowed, that's when you end up taking a backup job again. Maybe that's the Malik Willis story. I don't know. But I assure you, in his mind, he believes he's a starting quarterback, and last year reaffirmed his beliefs and probably put some doubt in the people that doubted on him, saying, maybe it's us. And he is a high, was he a second-round pick, third-round pick?
Third-round pick.
Third-round pick. He's going to have some belief. So I think Green Bay looks at it and says, we are in a great spot. But as to your article on Channel 3000, I would disagree in the fact that this isn't a year to really look at how your backup and how your quarterback position is going to look in the future, because I don't think you can count on Malik Willis being on this roster in 2026. I don't.
You could also do the same thing as you did with Malik Willis, though, right? Like, if you only have 8 picks to work with, you have some holes you want to fill. You are trading back, trying to accumulate more picks. I still think that you're right. I think he's aiming for 10. I think that is always Goody's goal, is to have double-digit draft picks, because the more swings, you can swing and miss sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you have holes you're trying to fill, and you have a guy that you know can be your backup, and then, because you only carry 2 on the 53. They don't carry 3. So whether it's Sean Clifford or Graham Mertz or whoever it is, it feels to me
you're really on this Graham Mertz kick.
I do want that to happen.
That Gutekunst link has really. I know how your mind works.
That's good.
You love having that link. It's a great nugget, and you are going to pound until Graham Mertz is playing in a UFL or on a different team. You are going to pound this point into oblivion, utilizing the dads playing together or play. That is going to be your thing. Like, I can see it. I know it.
He's like gleaming every time he brings it up. Or
There's
you
a
bring
sparkle
it up.
in his eye that I have not seen since Paula was wearing that Elmo costume.
Well, I mean, I was wearing the Elmo costume, but be that as it may.
The sparkle was in Paula's eye. Okay.
Graham Mertz, no matter what. The bottom line is that I don't envision him. And we'll get back here after the 3-day draft, and we'll talk about it and the 8 or 10 or however many picks they make.
Jesse, are we pulling for Mertz? Because he's going to be insufferable. There's going to be more articles, and
I'm going to treat him like Mark Tauscher in 2000.
Are we rooting for this so that Jason? I mean, Jason will be so happy. Are we rooting for this?
I mean, it would make the preseason very interesting. I would like it.
There's so many other storylines. For Graham, I'm not sure it's a great thing.
Wisconsin football hasn't been better since Graham Mertz left. And Graham Mertz played pretty well at Florida until he got hurt last year.
He got benched for Lagway.
No, he got hurt.
He got benched, too.
Well, he played pretty well.
I hope it happens. I want to see Jason, because Jason's not a fan, but he would be a Mertz fan. And then he would, I don't know how many times he would bring that up to Gut. Like, that Gutekunst story would be unbelievable. It's going to get pounded into our vernacular.
Do you, you obviously interacted with Graham during his time at Wisconsin. Would you say that as a guy who left via the portal, and as a guy who came into the program highly touted, the highest rated quarterback recruit in Badger football history as a 4-star at the time, I think they just got a 4-star that they got a verbal commitment from. But as a guy, how did you feel like he left the program? And were your interactions with him enough that you would say, whether it was when he was at Florida or as he embarks on his NFL career, you're pulling for him?
I would say he was very well versed in how to carry himself as a quarterback. That's what I would say.
We will see what his draft journey looks like. He is coming off a torn ACL. He has played in 2 different offenses. He thinks that's a selling point for him, but we'll have to wait and see. The bigger question about Graham Mertz, quite frankly, after having been at Wisconsin for 4 years, is he a UW Credit Union member?
I would hope that he would. I know I am. And for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. And people ask me, T, why'd you join UW Credit Union? Is it to keep your banking local? Well, yeah. Is it the member-first service? Yep. Great perks like early payday? Yep. But honestly, it's Bucky. How do you say no to that cute little fella? If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member today. Get your Bucky card like I did, federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
Little game of Where's Wilde, scheduled to be done next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, where Cheesy Bites Pizza is back right now. For just $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. And even better, it comes with the Ranch Lover's Flight, featuring 3 bold new dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Hurry in or order online today at pizzahut.com. Only at Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN.
Lillard's going to tee up a 3, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Back-to-back wins against the Pistons over the weekend for the Bucks, and they end their regular season on an 8-game winning streak, undefeated in the regular season in the month of April. Here's head coach Doc Rivers on improvements.
Yeah, just offensive execution. There's times we have these dead periods in the game that you can't afford to have in the playoffs. Transition defense is probably the number one key. Corner threes, I guess, and then rebounding. That would be it.
Bucks and Pacers will get their first-round series going in Indianapolis. That one tips off at noon on Saturday.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Outdoor Living Unlimited's showroom on Stoughton Road is absolutely a must-see. Nobody builds a better backyard better than Outdoor Living Unlimited. New deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, fire pit, and in-ground pool. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in building the new deck, Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech decking installer. Looking for a backyard hardscape design? Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom. Visit our open house on Saturday, April 19th from 9 to 1 p.m. and meet the team, or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6 and follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited, your local window installation pros.
Get a sneak peek at the 2025 Wisconsin football team. Join us April 19th for Wisconsin Football Spring Showcase presented by UW Credit Union. The day kicks off with the Coles Kids Combine, followed by Badgers Open Practice at noon, featuring new faces like quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. and offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes. After practice, head to the field for photos with Badgers student athletes. Tickets are $5 and free for football season ticket holders, UW students, and kids under 12. Claim your tickets for the Wisconsin Football Spring Showcase at uwbadgers.com.
When it comes to your body, you want to trust a doctor, and you want to trust the experts. That's why the only place that you should consider going for GLP-1s and semaglutide is Carbon World Health in Madison. Because they're run by Dr. Nestor Rodriguez, they have a workout facility and trainers to help you reach your goals, and they can help with dietary suggestions. The experts for semaglutide and GLP-1s are Carbon World Health. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Before we get to some Where's Wilde, we have some breaking news from the National Basketball Association.
Oh, baby, now this is some breaking news.
He led the Milwaukee Bucks to a World's Championship. Did not play Pluto in their road to the championship. However, much like the Super Bowl,
hey, gone.
Mike Budenholzer is out, fired by the Phoenix Suns.
Not a shocker for us NBA insiders. Disappointing season. Brought in KD, got Beal, and they didn't even make the play-in. So, too bad. But I'm sure Coach Bud probably getting that cheddar. Probably going to be sitting there, probably doing all right. And San Antonio, at some point, he is a Pop disciple. Going to be him and Malone battling for that Popovich job down there at Webster.
Is KD a
what?
Is KD a guy you want on your team?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
You don't?
I don't know. Weren't there a bunch of issues with him? Maybe it's not the coach. Maybe it's him.
It hasn't worked a lot of places for him with a lot of different
This is what
people,
I'm saying.
Except Golden State.
He gets less coaches fired than LeBron has.
Well, yeah. It's different.
It's kind of
Is it?
It's kind of a high bar.
You're Mr. NBA. You tell us.
Yeah, you
is
tell
it
us.
different or is it the same?
No, I'm saying I think KD'd be easier to work with than LeBron. Now, you're going to have more success with LeBron because he's better. But let's not kid ourselves. Coaching in the NBA isn't for a long time. It ain't.
You're here for a good time, not for a long time.
You better be. Yeah.
KD in his career has played Seattle/Oklahoma City, Golden State, Brooklyn, and Phoenix. Didn't end well in Brooklyn. Obviously, the championships in Golden State had the ruptured Achilles. Was in OKC for a very long time. So I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, and I answered it, Your Honor.
And now it's time for Where's Wilde?
Since he often saves his best material for other shows,
If there's something difficult we need to talk about, let's have the conversation.
we're bringing the other shows to us.
I would be very leery if I was a Packers fan.
Or are we?
Tausch takes a lot of days, man.
It's time to play Where's Wilde?
I love when we play Where's Wilde. Mostly because if Tausch is already a little irritated, it gets him just as equally as irritated.
By the way, not remotely irritated.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying if you are.
I don't love how you try to pin irritation on me all the time. Here's the problem. You two love to complain about how irritated I am, but you love irritating me. It's a real weird dynamic you guys got.
Yeah.
It's a conundrum.
Like, you're almost like you're irritated with me when I'm not irritated.
Well, in fairness, I think you like complaining about when trivia questions are wrong, but you kind of like it when trivia questions are wrong.
I don't complain about it. I love it. Yes, it's fun. I am very concerned that people on our chat think trivia sucks. Like, I don't like that.
That's a very strong minority there. There was
okay.
Resounding appreciation for trivia once that was brought up on Friday. Trivia is not going anywhere. Jason went a lot of places last week during his appearances on ESPN Wisconsin show. How's that? Learn from the best.
Nice segue.
Here is clip number 1. Tausch, you may remember this game. You try to guess what show Jason was on in addition to talking about the Packers content he has provided in his best spot.
Quick question.
As a guest on other shows.
Just ESPN Wisconsin.
ESPN Wisconsin shows.
Any Beaver Dam.
Is Beaver Dam ESPN Wisconsin?
Yes.
Then yes. That's
this adds another layer that makes it more difficult.
Yes,
when I
it
fill
does.
in on Wisconsin's morning news when Tausch is in Japan, would that be eligible or not?
It would not. Not ESPN Wisconsin. That would be WTMJ.
Okay.
That's different. Here is clip number 1.
One of their biggest priorities is to get better at having a successful, productive pass rush with only 4 guys. Jeff Hafley does not want to go through another season where he's having to manufacture pressure, whether it's with simulated pressure where you still send 4, but it's 3 linemen and someone that the offense isn't expecting and a lineman drops out. Or if it's blitzing, sending 5, sending 6. He doesn't want to do that anymore. He believes that if you can get pressure with 4, which we saw Philadelphia do in the Super Bowl and just absolutely wreck the Chiefs' game plan, that it makes life easier for your defense.
Where's Wilde?
Homer Hour.
The Homer Hour, weekdays 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam is Tausch's guest. Jason?
Such a great way to promote our different shows. I think I said that yesterday in my laundry room on Sunday Karma with Greg, Craig, and Kyle Wallace.
Sunday Karma is Jason's guess. One of you is right.
Why are you hitting the ding button on
Because
both?
you've locked it in. Sound effects.
No, but that has always been the correct answer. So I actually thought I got it right. And I'm going to guess I did.
Did you?
You did not.
Why are you hitting the ding then after I said
Sorry,
it?
I won't give you the ding. I'll
Jason,
find a new
didn't you
sound.
think that too? The ding is that it's correct.
You locked it in.
No, that's not lock-in
Watch
music.
a game show, bro.
I have,
You locked
bruh.
it in.
I have, bruh.
25 words or less.
That was on Sunday Karma yesterday morning, talking about the Packers pass rush.
And I think that has been, what does PETA say? We can't say beating a dead horse.
Feed
right?
a fed horse.
Yeah, which is really stupid. But, yeah, no blank. I mean,
Feeding
there's
2 birds with 1 scone.
Graham Mertz. Gute Kunst. No, it's like no blank. Like, yeah, if you want to get a pass rusher that could do it, yeah. Who is that guy? Where are you going to get him? Is the player, if you don't grab anyone in the draft in the first 3 rounds, if it gets to Saturday of draft and there has not been an edge or interior defensive lineman picked, is this group going to be any better than last year? That's really what you're asking. And Goody will tell you if he believes that group can do it. Because if he doesn't draft somebody in that first Thursday, Friday, he is saying, we have the guys. We're going to get it done. And I believe if that is the message that is sent after draft night, fans will be even more highly critical of what this group's got. That's what I think.
If for those of you that remember when we did the PETA alternative phrases, just a couple of others for review, because I know people enjoy these. Instead of going on a wild goose chase, you should be out chasing rainbows. Instead of having ants in your pants, you should have pepper in your pants. Per PETA.
Uncomfy.
The 2 birds with 1 scone remains a favorite.
Yeah.
Let the cat out of the bag. Spill the beans. Or spill the tea.
Why would PETA want a cat to stay in a bag?
No.
I don't think they want him in the
cat
bag
shouldn't
to
be in the
begin
bag
with.
in the first
place.
place.
No, but if the cat is in the bag, wouldn't you think PETA would want him out?
Where's Wilde?
No, it's a serious question.
Hold your horses. Should be hold your phone. All right, what's next?
You can't do that at Augusta because you don't have a phone.
That's true. Yeah. Here's clip number 2 from Jason's appearances last week. Tausch, see if you can find out where he said this one.
I knew the minute the Packers did a virtual visit with Jordan Love that was a possibility. So when he was still on the board at 26 during that draft, and I was sitting at home in my living room because we're all, including LaFleur and Goody, we're all working from home, I was like, they're going to take the freaking quarterback here, aren't they? And lo and behold, they did.
Where's Wilde?
Sounds like a victory lap.
Oh, for someone that claims they don't like predicting things, there's nobody that likes patting themselves on the back more than Jason Wilde. I don't make predictions. I don't project. And then every time there's even some semblance of something, he'll respond back to it. That's the beauty of Jason Wilde, though, people. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Weekday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee is the guest from Tausch. Jason?
I don't bring home the bacon. I bring home the bagels with help from PETA. And there's more than one way to peel a potato instead of one more way to skin a cat. I think that was on Jim, Matt, and Molly with Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, and Matt Hamilton, and, of course, Wooly Ryan Wollersheim.
Weekdays 4 to 6 on ESPN Madison. You're both wrong. That was on the new Saturday show on ESPN Madison, the Saturday Scramble with Pablo Iglesias and Alex Cravett.
Just wait, why is Wilde on a golf show?
It's not a golf show.
Saturday Scramble?
That's the name of the
Is
show.
Is it a breakfast?
Yes,
it's a breakfast spot?
It's from 10 to noon, so it's in the brunch time slot. They talk football,
the brunch window.
Scrambles. They talk, like yesterday, they were out at an event, which was golf-oriented around the Masters weekend, so that was scramble-related. A lot of scrambling going on Saturday mornings.
This game has gotten a lot tougher with all these new programs that Jesse is putting together.
Where's Wilde?
Let's get you on the board, Tausch. Here we got a good chance at clip number 3.
The fact that I have Robin Yount's phone number, having grown up, worshiping him, I'd be like Chris Farley in that old SNL skit. Hey, remember when you had your 3,000th hit? I was in college, and I drove down from Madison to go to County Stadium to watch. Remember that? That was awesome.
Where's
Sound
Wilde?
like I'm on the moon.
All right, who thinks Wilde is that funny? Not KBN, not Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Not you.
Definitely not me. I'm going to say the Beaver Dam Boys. Best damn sports show.
That is not the name. It is called The Damn Sports Show.
Well, I think it's the best damn sports show.
That's
Beaver
great
Dam.
that you think that. Corey Sparks, Wally Lukashinsky, weekdays 4 to 5.
I can see those guys yucking it up because they They're just enamored by the star that is Jason Wilde. I don't know who else would be laughing that hard at that.
Jason?
Give him the ding. He's correct.
That's like an ego boost to you, isn't it? Anytime you're beaten down a little bit, I'm going on the best damn sports show. I'm gonna go down there with Wally and the boys.
The damn sports show.
They are gonna bring my spirits up. I don't blame you. That was an enthusiastic crowd. I love it. That's gonna be like when Graham Mertz comes. That's how you felt after those boys were laughing with your jokes. That's how you feel when Goody gets Goody'd with Graham Mertz. Same thing.
Whoa, Nelly's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson to tell you about Pepsi and Pepsi Zero Sugar, proud partner of the NFL and the NFL Draft. Pepsi Zero Sugar is so good. Zero sugar, 0 calories, but all the great flavor you love. Check it out. If you're up at the draft next week in Green Bay, the NFL Draft Experience, you can find Pepsi and Pepsi Zero Sugar as part of the new Pepsi Challenge. Check it out. When you're in Green Bay next week, we're talking draft and we're talking Pepsi and Pepsi Zero Sugar, proud partner of the NFL and the NFL Draft.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, Gina, did you hear about the draft?
Wayne, there's no draft at Pella.
There's definitely a draft. Right, Wilde?
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
Pella windows are constructed of the highest quality. No drafts. But Pella should be everyone's #1 pick because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get no interest financing options or free glass upgrades.
So where is the draft?
Coon. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 4/30/2025.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
we're on the Packers.
If they're not better this year,
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
there's going to be a lot of seats warming up.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
I'm not afraid of getting old, and I will escape from dying young. I see the light go past my shoulder. I'm one less day from dying young, and I'm not afraid of getting old.
It's not the damn sports show. It's not the Saturday Scramble. It is Wilde and Tausch, and it is time for Whoa Nelly.
Topic is good. The guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Jump into Whoa Nelly. I made an observation yesterday on Twitter.
Oh, boy.
And Jason, I want you to tell me if I'm crazy for this or not. But Ben Brust, star of KBN, he's got the big Make 'em Believe June 26th. That's going to be here in Madison with Frank and Sam Decker and Gosser, the whole crew. One of my favorite teams of all time.
UWHoops2015.com for your tickets.
So Benny Brust was a great athlete. He was that great comeback against Oregon down in Milwaukee. He had a really, really nice athletic career. And then there has been talk that he's kind of looked like Jesse Nelson, morphed into a little bit. And then I saw something on social media this week that has reaffirmed that. You remember when Jesse started talking about turtles nesting in his backyard and all of these different issues that have come up? Now,
Your last tweet was on March 19th.
Whose?
Yours.
You. Benny B is now stealing Jesse's material for engagement?
No.
He put out what is this? Animals nesting in his backyard.
Yeah, rabbit hutch.
Just like you did. He's taken your material. Now, he's got 30-some thousand views. He's great for engagement. Well done, Benny. But he, in essence, has become more and more Jesse Nelson than I think he'd ever want to admit. Is that fair?
I think it's fair. It seems like he looks up to me, is what he does now.
I would have never thought that, especially the way he gets after you all the time. But he's a better bowler than you. He likes bowling.
Yeah.
Like, you two are eerily similar.
A lot of similarities going on.
This tweet about him taking care of, is it pet squirrels or pet something, hatching in his backyard is exactly the same thing as you with your turtles. Jason, am I crazy?
I don't know if Ben Brust thinks about Jesse that way. I don't think he necessarily stole that idea. He came across his yard and he saw this little this little bunny hutch and decided to try and get engaged on social media. And he thought he engaged you, but I don't see a tweet from you.
I think Benny doesn't want to associate with Jesse. I think he thinks he's better than Jesse. Is that fair, Jesse?
He's probably trying to distance himself because
but
when
he's
he
doing
uses,
the exact same
when
things
you use
that you
similar
do.
material as another show or another person you look up to, you try to keep a little distance so that it's not so obvious.
This was
makes
so
a lot of
obvious.
sense.
So you start looking at what he's done. He's kind of he's trying to use your playbook. Next thing you know, he's going to have a tier 1 buddy. He's going to start tiering his friends.
Wedding
he's gonna
invites,
get a
they were
cabin
talking
up
about
north.
that pretty recently.
He's going to start doing trivia. But he's going to start having his buddies write the "Are You Smarter Than?"
They've already done that. They're spreading that around.
Oh my God! I think this transformation has happened right before our eyes.
I'm becoming George.
Isn't it crazy to think about?
Here was the one thing I didn't like about this tweet, and I was just about to say this, and Josh DiMaggio on the private talk and text line, not the carbless talking text line, carbless listens more, mentioned the same thing. There's clearly a bunny in the photograph or in the video that he shared. So what is this? Like, I feel like Ben is way smarter than he actually likes to portray himself. Like, for some unknown reason,
So do you think this is a phony baloney post?
I think he likes to make people think he's an idiot. I don't know why he leans into that character, but like, there's a bunny in the video.
So he knew it was a bunny.
Right, so what is this? It's a rabbit hutch.
Huh.
Apparently it's called
engagement.
engagement farming.
But he's using Jesse's material to engagement.
Again, I don't know. I'm
no
not a
offense to
farmer.
Jesse. That makes me sad, kind of. Is that?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Makes Ben wise. We've had a lot of success about the
And you
turtles
guys
in the
sound
backyard.
alike when you host together. I
Some thought
can't
that
tell
you
who's
guys look
talking.
alike.
Yeah.
What a weird, it's an interesting deal.
It's like Bizarro Ben.
Not sure who said we look alike. That one is still.
Somebody did.
Is he traveling to Bradley University with you now, too?
He is not. He is not, at least as far as I know. If he happens to be there at the same time, that'd be quite something.
Both were not Packer fans in 2009, 10, 11, 12.
13, 14.
Whoa, Nelly!
Is it odd that
Both have been
since
taking days
Jesse
off?
and Ben became Packer fans who haven't won a championship? Is that odd?
Whoa, Nelly!
It's true. It is.
Jesse, I know you
Bunny
have something
hutch.
planned for
What do
the
you
next
do with bunnies like that, then? What do you end up doing?
We're gonna have to call,
You leave them alone, and they.
But it's lawn mowing season.
You're
You
gonna
just
have-
mow,
Yeah,
you put
don't
cones
mow
up?
them over.
Go get
Well,
some chicken wire.
Oh, you got a chicken wire it up?
I got some leftovers from when we
Yeah,
had
why
the
don't you-
turtles.
When you didn't do it for the turtles.
Go get the chicken wire, put it up around there.
I think
Protect
they'll be
them.
out of there soon, and Ben can just let them be. Unless he has a dog who's going to go in
Well,
there.
he's
And,
definitely got a dog. Jesse got a dog, then he got a dog.
is that true?
Yes.
Ben might have had the dog first,
That doesn't fit the narrative.
but they are both doodles.
Jesse, you're not going to be on the. You're not going to be on the show the next 2 days. Why?
I'm not. I'm going to speak to the future hall monitors of America at Bradley University. I have been recognized as a titan of the industry, along with our teammate Pablo Iglesias, both of us Bradley University alums. We are part of a panel for a symposium speaking to the students and members of the public that want to attend at Bradley University.
That'd be fantastic.
Should I wear a suit?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, for sure you do.
No.
Big debate among my friends about
Are
what
you
I should
running
wear
the
for
panel,
this thing.
or where's-
I'm a panelist. There is someone else who is the moderator of the panel.
Are you sitting in chairs?
Yes.
Suit.
Director's chairs?
Unsure.
If they're the low, comfy chair, I think it's suit.
But if it's a tall chair, like
Director chair, I think you can go biz cash.
So the debate we had was, do I represent ESPN Wisconsin in wearing station attire for this as like, woohoo, you made it.
Or the
Like,
Bradley
this is,
Braves.
you know, some
Good
free
question.
pub for us. Or do we wear, go more formal? The audience, I expect, will be button-down
Students.
shirts, maybe ties. They'll be dressed to impress.
Jason's our fashionista in the program. I'll leave it up to Jason to give you
Look
that
at
answer.
this, full circle.
Open collar, dress shirt, sport coat, jeans.
There you go.
That's not really my look.
You're a khakis guy.
Yeah.
Total
Bradley
khaki.
Braves, quarter zip, jeans, some loafers, docksiders.
Oh, penny loafers.
Is it so? It's you and Pablo on this trip?
Yeah, there's some others.
Have you? Well, not from our station.
Correct. Yes, we're the only ESPN
So have you and
Wisconsin.
Pablo discussed what? Pablo was in the TV world for a while.
He was. Yeah.
So he's got more fashion game than you do.
He's also been included on all the emails. They haven't sent me anything. Pablo's had to forward it all.
Are you sure you're even invited?
This sounds like that dentist party that you're probably not even supposed to go.
They did spell my name with an I on the website, which kind of
With a
irritates
heart over
me.
it?
Not a heart over it, but you know how I feel about when my name gets spelled with an I from my alma mater as Titans of the Industry return to campus. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm really welcome at this thing yet.
So basically, you're just driving Pablo now.
Like, Pablo's definitely, they're like, oh, Pablo, come on down. We got room for you. You can be on multiple panels if you want to. You want to fly? Sure. Come on, fly down.
They were going to fly him down?
They were gonna. I said, no, we're driving. Pablo and I road tripping to P-Town.
Fun.
Great. That's it. We're going to be fun. Riley will be in the next 2 days, so I will be away from the show. I'll report back on how our panel goes and any other very important information I'm sure you'll want follow-ups on.
I want to revise my shirt statement now, by the way, because are you taking personal days to do this?
No.
Are you getting paid to do this?
No.
Well, it's one or the other.
Are you going to do work while you're down there?
Yes.
I'm
always working, baby.
Are ya?
I'm always working.
Who do you got right in trivia? You got Up North Joe?
Riley, Joe's got some in from last week. Yeah, we're good. We got it all covered.
Tier 1 Tyler's
Tier 1
been demoted.
yeah, he's out. He is.
You fired Tier 1 Tyler?
Yeah, he's going to have to reapply.
Oh, I bet maybe Brust will bring him into the fold.
I think if you're not taking personal days and you're going down there to represent our brand, I think you should probably wear branded logo gear.
That's what I was thinking. Mm-hmm.
So
Make
that's
some
my
connections.
advice to you.
A great opportunity to hand out business cards. I never get to hand out business cards.
Do you have business cards?
Oh, sure do. And they're burning a hole in my pocket at my desk. I got to make sure I get those out.
Are
to
you in
people.
charge of our internship program?
No. Kidding me? No. Way too much work.
Okay. So you should get some candidates out of this as well, then.
Maybe.
Pass them along to someone who actually knows what they're doing
delegate.
from a personnel perspective.
Yeah. The panel I'm on is called Delegation in the Workplace. It's great.
No one's going to attend it, but you'll be there pontificating. All right, that's it for Whoa Nelly. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Badgers.
The expectations for Badger basketball that I have to let go of was the Bo Ryan expectation.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And that's not Greg Gard's fault. That's the NCAA's fault.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports, premiering every Thursday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Strong up front. Wisconsin's new offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes putting his O-linemen to the test this spring. The Badgers OC joining Wilde and Tausch talking strategy of making sure his guys on the front line remain accountable.
The ask of them is higher than it has been, but I think they want that, and so they've been really eager as well, and have done a great job. When you do that, you get more of them. No one rises to low expectations. The more you ask of them, I think the more that they'll give.
Everyone is talking about the draft, but you won't feel one from high-quality Pella windows. Get no-interest financing options or free glass upgrades today at PellaWI.com.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Trax.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Get a sneak peek at the 2025 Wisconsin football team. Join us April 19th for Wisconsin Football Spring Showcase presented by UW Credit Union. The day kicks off with the Coles Kids Combine, followed by Badgers Open Practice at noon, featuring new faces like quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. and offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes. After practice, head to the field for photos with Badgers student-athletes. Tickets are $5 and free for football season ticket holders, UW students, and kids under 12. Claim your tickets for the Wisconsin Football Spring Showcase at uwbadgers.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with their speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and their TAP facility inside the Verona Athletics Center. Also access remote training anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for subscriptions, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
We're on the Packers.
You still want to see that steady play, that steady improvement, and you didn't get it from Jordan Love?
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That just makes the stakes that much higher this season.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Got a few things on my to-do list for this lovely Monday before attending the first outdoor track meet of the season for Maddie in my sweatshirt and my crew neck. And one of them is to swing by Associated Bank. I go to the downtown branch here in Green Bay, but you can bank on the app. You can bank online. You can go to any branch, but it's not about the branches when it comes to a bank. It's about the roots. And Associated Bank's roots are right here in Wisconsin. They've been with us since the beginning of the show, and they'll be with you with the great customer service you expect. Whether it's with credit scores or fraud protection or early pay, all those great things and more come with being an Associated Bank member. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. Tausch, I heard during the break a commercial for the Badgers Spring Showcase. We talked to Jeff Grimes, the new offensive coordinator, on Friday. Should I come down on Saturday? I'm free. No draft yet. Another week to go before the draft.
Should you? Sure.
You going to be there?
I'll be there, yes.
Are you calling the game or whatever it is?
We're not calling the game. We're doing a little something, but it's not a full tilt broadcast. So Matt and I will be doing a little something before the game and before the showcase.
Like stand-up?
What's the deal with the transfer portal?
Ironically enough, I think it's going to be very similar to what Wilde and I do.
Oh.
Yes. So
bicker?
Stay tuned.
Godspeed.
Rip each other repeatedly?
Matt LePay.
No, I don't think that's how that works. But so, did you say rip each other repeatedly?
Yeah.
Your idea of ripping people.
Check the film on today's show, pal. I tell you what, man.
Check today's film?
All right, we got to go.
Give
That's
me an
it for us
example.
today.
I'd like an example.
Thanks for coming along for the ride. Jesse will be in where? What is that? Peoria, Illinois?
Oh yeah,
for the
we're
next
coming.
2 days.
Central Illinois. Watch out.
Shaping young minds at Bradley University. Riley Yauk will be our cousin sub of the day. We hope you'll come along. We need to see if Riley had a second date. That's a tease for tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full